Fuck you guys.
You know I'm right.
You're not right, actually. I'm very in
You
sh
were able you were
I'm
able
very
to
in shape
close it
right
in the back.
now, guys. Yeah.
You know I'm right.
Oh, you're
wait,
not right,
one
actually.
second,
I'm
one second.
very in
You were
shape.
able,
Okay, sorry. Um, I think we should show everybody
how good you look,
how good it fits.
but you could
Oh,
close
on
it by
live,
yourself.
please.
What?
Let's see a
James,
live demonstration.
Yeah, I want to see you in your
a live
underpants.
demonstration. You know
Yeah,
what?
getting into that suit.
I should actually. That's fucking
Mhm.
hilarious.
Get some Vaseline in and slide that thing
That
in.
means I have to take my pants off on camera. I can't do
Yeah, then you are called Crab Master Fouad.
that. This is for those people who aren't on Instagram. This is what Stefan is it Stefan or Stefan?
On German,
what do you prefer?
Stefan.
Stefan. Is it like
Stefan.
Stefan?
Yeah.
Stefan.
Okay,
Stefan.
I'm gonna try that from now on. Stefan
Stefan. Yeah, that's good.
is making fun of me for this. So this is my brother's racing suit that he decided that he was going to give me, and this is me trying to put it on.
The
But I
first
got
picture looked like photoshopped, you know?
you guys don't even know how long he just filmed the end of it. It took me like 10 minutes to get that shit on.
Yeah,
But he must be taller than you, right?
Now we're about the same height.
Because usually they are cut like that, that the knees are already in an angle.
Oh, I see what you're saying.
Don't look too bad.
It felt like it was a little too big for me, to be honest with
Yeah,
you.
it's too tall for you, definitely.
No, I mean
About
like it felt a little baggy too.
bulk up a little bit, man.
Yeah, bulk back up.
Put some carbs back in.
Gotta
The
get back
trick
up.
is the trick is to put it on, keep it on, and bulk up while still wearing it.
You know
Right.
your
That way you don't have to wrestle. You just grow into the suit.
but maybe that film legend with you have to piss in
Yes.
that it fits you might be the right choice.
Right. Right. Anyway, I wanted to actually it's a good segue because I'm coaching Stefan now. Stefan.
on.
I'm coaching everybody's coach. I'm coach.
Still, I didn't wait myself. I was afraid. I apologize.
Listen, you
Yes.
said you were going to stick to this.
Yeah, I will really. Before I leave, I will give the starting point.
So
Wait, did you lose another bet I didn't know about here?
No,
we were laughing because he said that I don't know, we were talking about me fitting in the suit.
Uh-huh.
And he was saying that he's fat and he can't fit into his suit anymore. And I said, well, you should lose weight with me. Let's do it together because I'm already kind of on my way. So he said he would. So I said, okay, well, send me your pictures and your starting weight. So you can be accountable.
Stefan, you should start going on Instagram and posting your updates on your own Instagram, and then you're really accountable to it.
Yeah, then you're really fucked.
That will never happen. The hell will freeze for that. But actually, James and me had racing this weekend. That week.
Big boy racing.
What do you mean?
We were battling it out.
What are you
on
talking
Super
about?
Mario? You were playing?
Yeah.
You fucking yeah.
we were doing hardcore Mario Kart.
We were on Mario Kart. And we did a little bit of Mario Party as well. So we need to get Fouad in on this. And
Hey, they were playing Mario Party and Mario Kart last night in the living room. Phoenix
So
he can actually steer now. Like he's learning.
well, we're waiting for the invite, Ben. We're waiting
All
for
right,
the invite.
I'll join.
And then
So
we can buy Fouad a Switch.
How many hours? 3, 4, something like that, right?
Mate, I was like, Stefan would have kept going all day. I was like, fucking hell, I'm due to eat. And he would have, because he was enjoying himself. I was as well.
James, you gotta send me everything I need to buy.
So so funny. Do you know what? You said that just now. And then last night, Lee messaged me because I was playing Call of Duty. And he's like, what do I need to play this? So I'm going to end up sending you a link to get a Nintendo Switch. Lee Priest is going to get a PS5 to play Call of Duty. This is good. Everybody always asks.
I got both in the house.
Dude, everyone's like, please get these guys gaming. I'd love to see these all gaming. And I would love to.
Hold on a minute. Isn't Nintendo Switch the one that you hold in your hand?
Yeah, but you can also put it on the TV.
Yeah.
Oh, you can put it on the TV. Okay.
Yeah, and then you use that to control the TV. So
Okay. But
So-
look, I want to buy the whole seat with the monitor. So I'm like sitting.
If I win the Arnold, I'll buy you that.
Saw one. It's like I saw one. I saw one. It's like 20 grand.
Yeah, that's nothing
it's
light work
something like
if you win the Arnold.
actually some of my racing colleagues from the past days who were kart racing, they
Yeah.
are now professional sim racer.
Oh,
And
really?
one is driving for Williams.
Really?
The sim racing,
Wow.
the sim racing team from Williams.
So
So
I do a lot of Gran Turismo, and I want to build out my office on the other side of the house, and I really want to put one of those sims in with a big fucking thing. I really want to.
Ben, get rid of the gym.
It looks
Track.
like a fucking race car, man. It's got the fucking seat,
Yeah.
and there's like the stick shift and everything, and it's got
The Formula One teams have the ones on hydraulics, so it actually fucking the whole thing.
that's amazing.
It would be really
Yeah, but
cool.
that's a lot of money.
Someone mentioned a pro bodybuilder, someone that has that, someone that's really into it. I can't remember who it was. I'll have to find out. Someone that we all like know, and
I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna do it, James.
mate, we're coming to your house then.
You gotta get two. You gotta get two. Kind of one.
Yeah. Okay, I'll get two side by side.
The day that we can convert you guys into part-time gamers is the day the world's a really happy place.
I'm happy to play video games. I'm really shit, but
Time though, it's time consuming.
Yeah,
It's like
but Mario Kart and Mario Party is pure fun. It's really
I
incredible.
played Mario Kart. That I can play. I'm not worried about. But stuff like Call of Duty, I'm like, that takes a little bit more.
Yeah,
What?
I can't. I'm more the Mario guy.
Xavier messaged me. It's Dara that has it. Dara has the, Dara from
In Canada. He's up in
yeah,
Canada, right?
guy,
he has the racing setup, apparently. So
But he's got supercars too, right? Didn't he have
There
like a
you go.
Lambo or something like that?
Yeah, he's got a
into his
Ferrari.
cars.
Got a Ferrari.
so he's a car guy.
What's
Sim
the
racing IG. He has a sim racing IG apparently as well.
super fast? What the fuck is it called? I can't remember the name. But anyway,
That coffee looks nice, by the way.
A little bit
Uh,
homosexual.
but can I tell you something?
Bit homosexual for Stefan.
What did you?
He says it looks a bit homosexual. He doesn't like a clear mug. He thinks it's gay.
I'm doing it with a clear mug that everybody sees.
Oh, yeah, an
that
espresso
I'm
dealers.
drinking. That I'm drinking my
Black.
coffee black. And I'm so.
It's not black, you fucking asshole. There's sweetener in it. Okay, listen. I'm gonna say something before you said that. I'm gonna tell you something. I thought the clear thing was cool. I'm like, oh, these are cool. Like they're clear, right? Not because I'm showing off, but because it's like it's a cool idea, right?
Yeah.
It's a horrible idea.
But it stays hot forever.
No, but the coffee stains the glass. Like doesn't stain the
Does it
glass.
stain? Does it?
It just doesn't look crystal clear. So you're like, oh, am I drinking out of a dirty glass?
Mm,
So I think I'd rather have
It
a
steams
with
up
a
as
bit of
well.
milk in it, it looks better. It would look better with some milk in it, to be fair.
Oh fuck, you know.
trying to be sophisticated, Stefan.
Yeah.
Can you hear that? But can you
What's
hear
going
that?
on?
By the way, there's a lightsaber going off outside the
No.
office door. We're about to get invaded by a lightsaber.
Is it a single one or is it a double Darth Maul?
He's got they both. There's a single and there's a double, but the double's not the Darth Maul one. All right, come in here. Go on, show us your
Yeah.
lightsaber.
I want to see your lightsaber. No, that sounded a
Yeah.
bit weird because he's a kid and I said I want to see your lightsaber. I
I want
didn't
the
mean
lightsaber. I want the lightsaber.
that. I didn't mean that.
Oh,
Oh wow! Look at that.
what's that?
That's an Inquisitor's one, isn't it?
But from whom is that?
See, I know more than
We,
you. Ben.
we
That's
went
an
to
Inquisitor's
Disney
one.
and you could build your own one, so they built their own ones.
Ah.
We,
All right.
you,
Go.
were all
Ben,
Go beat everyone up.
he's like Phoenix is like you're a good looking man, but Phoenix is like you times 5.
Are you gonna go?
Oh, yeah, he's
We're
gonna
in trouble.
He's such a handsome young lad. You're in trouble.
Dad, are you gonna go?
It's gonna be better looking than that.
I am.
Let me
gonna
Is he
beat
is he less Asian?
He's less
Yeah.
Asian.
Yeah, he's half
Slightly.
Texan.
He
Actually,
looks, he
actually
looks
he's
pretty Asian.
German. Donice is German, so he's
He's a German.
Donice is a German Texan, so yeah.
He's
He's a
only,
good
you
man.
he's only an eighth Asian. That's why.
I love that. Is he less Asian?
Listen,
Want to listen? I'm sorry, boys. Here we
It's
go.
all good. It's all good. This is nice. This
Can
makes
you
me
hear?
feel joyous. I got a child
yeah,
on the way,
let's
man. I
let
keep
him
forgetting.
stay on.
Say hello.
Hello.
Oh my God.
How's it going?
Hey, give me this. Put this in your ear.
What do you eat?
Being
What you
retarded.
got? Anything nice?
No. What are you eating? You eating gummies?
No, I'm
Not
in
CBD
Candy.
ones.
Yeah, that kid's
Andy.
way better looking than Ben.
Yeah, I know.
Gonna be an actor. Would you let him be an actor, Ben?
No,
No,
he's
that's
not allowed. He's not allowed to be. He's not allowed to be Ben, and he's not allowed to be an actor.
Okay. Okay.
Is he
All right,
now?
are you done?
No.
No, he'll be 5 in October. His birthday's on the day of the Olympia again.
That's so crazy.
Oh, that's awesome.
Hey, do your front double.
That's it.
Do your front double.
This guy.
Go. There you
Oh
go.
my God, look at
come
those
on.
pipes.
See how strong you are.
But-
He actually can really tense the muscle.
Now that's the question though. Would you let him be a bodybuilder?
Yeah. Also the face expression.
See how hard it
Perfect on
was
point.
for him, see how hard it was for him to develop the skill of flexing his muscle? He's 5.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, it's taken 5 years.
It's 5.
But he's probably learned
He's
it
5
every
years
day,
old.
consecutive.
Got a gym on these on
He
the
can start-
grounds of
he-
his
he
home.
can squat. I can teach him to squat tomorrow. That's how fucking hard it is.
Well, you watch your language. You got a headphone in.
Oh,
you're effing
I didn't know
blind
he had-
in, and you watch
Sorry.
what you use.
Or I don't have any kids. I don't know what it's like.
Just know what he's meant to do. I don't
All right. Did you work out with the boys?
When are we gonna train?
I know what.
What?
Why you do that? I can go there and I can listen.
No, give me the headphone.
No,
No,
no.
listen. All right.
Smart.
Mommy will put it on the TV for you.
He's
Go
gonna
on,
pick
go.
up. He's gonna pick up Stefan's racism.
Yeah, you start being like
All right.
Stefan.
Say goodbye. Say bye.
Proper
All right,
European.
I'll be back.
Some guy in the
Oh.
chat. I just saw. I didn't read it, but some guy in the chat goes. Stefan uses his autism as a facade so he can say whatever he wants.
It's a way to get around
No,
it.
I still have my wife who tells me what is okay and what not.
Yeah, she's like, wait,
But she really?
Yeah, sometimes she looks at some stuff and then she's angry at me.
just that was a bit overboard.
Can I ask you the truth? If you guys are out to dinner, let's say with another couple or something like that.
I don't do that.
Yeah, that's okay.
What do you mean you don't do that? You don't have friends?
I don't. I
Swing.
I
You-
have,
you- why don't we swing
you
it?
know,
He doesn't swing.
my best friend is also autistic and a car guy. So we
Oh,
don't go
let's go
out with
cars.
them.
You guys,
so
I
we
can only
just
imagine. I can only imagine what that conversation's like. Do you just shit on each other?
yeah, all the time, all the time. You know, or we. By the way, Philip, if you take a look, hi.
Hey, Philip.
He is the guy who sends every friend he has every day about 100 videos about handicapped people.
Oh, it's
Oh
that guy.
no way!
That's
Are
my
you
feed.
serious? Oh, that's awesome.
He is legend. He's true legend. So actually, we never go out, but whenever we go to a shop to buy something or when we are with relatives, afterwards I always then get the conclusion of what I did wrong.
Oh, that's what I was gonna ask. If you're,
Yeah.
she doesn't like nudge you at the table and like, hey, she'll
That's
wait till
wrong.
after and be like, you shouldn't have said this or said that. Now, okay, let me ask you this: are the people that you're with, do they let you get away with it because of your handicap?
I actually for you know for me
Your
for me,
disability.
for me they are really they're
What's
just
it?
too
I don't know what's it called, Ben. It's
Special needs.
Actually, I don't have any social contacts. You know, when I'm boss of Outlaw and the guy who works, I'm super strict
right.
but when I'm Stefan and I would say put that mask off,
Right.
Yeah.
I just have people I'm super close with.
So you can be
because-
yourself. You can be
because
yourself.
I
So they
see
know.
also
So they
no
know.
reason-
They know
yeah.
how you are. Yeah. There's nothing to like.
Yeah.
Huh. Interesting.
The hardest thing was to deal with my parents. So actually, they never were able to understand me
Yeah.
or
Are you
quite
talking about?
able
Are you
to.
talking about like growing up? Or are you talking about like now still?
Always. Now it's a little bit better because my wife always explains them.
Yeah.
He is like that and blah, 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 blah.
Yeah, but how
He's
come they
not-
didn't? But how come they didn't like figure it out after a few years?
Generation. Do you think it's a generation thing?
I think it's a generation thing. You know, I had the good luck that I was very, very good at school.
Right.
And my father is a guy who always was performance driven. So if the boy is good at school or
That's
if
good
the boy is good at music, no matter what else happens, he's good at school, so I don't take any care.
Right. Right. Right.
When I come to the teenage age, you know, I found a way to be not at home because I was starting to play in that black metal band. So I moved actually totally out. And then I directly moved to Vienna to study. But you know, it's quite of weird, for example, when they come to visit or when they came to visit us, I haven't seen them, for example, for 4 or 5 or 6 months. I didn't even go there and said hello because for me, there was no reason to go to them and say hello because I actually didn't understand why that sounds quite of strange because that are normal things. But for me, it was, yeah, I go there when I need to go there, but when I don't need to go, I stay in my room.
Huh.
Or for example, it was impossible
maybe
to celebrate Christmas or all that stuff without any
Ben,
greater problems.
I feel like that. I feel like that sometimes too. Maybe I am on the spectrum.
Everyone's on the spectrum to a little degree or a lot degree or like anywhere ever in between, right? It's there's no on off. I believe we will have certain elements. Like I'm very introverted, unless it's with the people I really want to be around.
Right. Right.
You know, like if you see me in a gym with on my own, I'll be very like this. But if I'm in the gym with you or James or someone, then I'm much more like myself, like open and free. You know.
I hear that. I do hear that.
Stefan, after last week's podcast, have you started implementing any of the micro dosing, cardio, eating better? You tried anything?
Eating better.
You are?
I'm eating better.
Are you?
Yes, 100%. I never had any chocolate since then.
Is that your thing? Is that your weakness, chocolate?
And cakes and biscuits and that fucking stuff.
Biscuit. Do love a fucking biscuit.
I love a biscuit.
For example, yesterday, 2 days before
biscuit's not a fucking thing.
My parents had
they're cookies, not an American biscuit.
Oh, so when you say biscuit,
cookies. Yeah.
Oh yeah, no, our biscuits are like your cookie. Yeah.
Actual biscuit.
Okay.
And my parents were here and I took them out for dinner. I didn't eat a starter. I just had a steak and I didn't eat a dessert.
That's control.
That's what I find hard. Like I find that hard. Like when I was growing up as a kid, going to a restaurant was always a treat.
Dessert, man.
So you end up getting a starter, a main, a dessert, maybe a second dessert. And now as an adult, I'm like fucking dessert every time I go to a restaurant.
That's why I can't go to restaurants.
It's like, yeah.
Instead of the starter, I had my espresso martini.
Yeah. That's a good shout.
Wait, he calls your coffee gay and he's drinking espresso martinis.
Coffee and vodka is cool.
A bit of vodka in it's all right, apparently.
I wanted to. So the diet is, but you haven't started doing any cardio.
No, but anyway, I'm afraid that I get sick before the Arnold. So you know, I'm constantly sniffing around and a little bit. So I don't want to
overdo it.
I don't know. I hear a bunch of excuses.
Yeah, it is. Most probably.
All right. Well, my program is fucking going great. And Ben's is going even better. I just saw this fucking earlier today. Jesus, Ben. You look like you're getting ready for a contest.
Arnold Classic.
I'm gonna hop on a stage near you soon.
Look at this shit. You got
buddy.
Lines in your fucking obliques here and shit.
I'm starving.
I know.
Fucking hungry. I'm so fucking hungry.
I know. It's horrible. It's fucking so bad. Yeah, that's a good look, man.
Thanks for 2,200 calories. Oh shit! Yeah, fuck you.
That's really low. Yeah.
Oh,
yeah. What is
really?
You know what's funny, Ben? That's what I'm doing.
Yeah. See, it works.
So I said,
but even when I was doing shows, I always end up low. Like the last show I did with Patrick, I was on low food. I'm one of those guys. Like I needed a lot of food to grow, and I needed fuck all food to get lean. Yeah, it's like always in between.
Extremities.
But I don't know how abnormal that is. Like my calories are set at 2,200 a day, and I haven't bumped to 2,500 on Friday and Saturday.
Yeah, but like fucking Neil Austin did nationals and was peeled, and he was on 4,200 calories on a low day.
I know, but I think he's more of the abnormal one than you are.
Yeah, maybe.
I don't think there's a lot of people that can get shredded on 4,000 calories unless they're you have a ton of muscle, they're on a bunch of gear, or they're doing a fuckload of cardio.
Yeah, you'd have to
He was
be
doing
like,
he was doing no cardio.
Well, I mean, steroids are a big fucking help.
steroids help.
Yeah,
So,
I mean, they work for sure. Yeah, imagine that. This is what I mean. Like there's this culture right now of like ostracizing gear, but it fucking works. You just have to be careful with it.
I don't know if anybody look. I don't know if anybody said it doesn't work.
No, but some people underestimate how.
No, I said ostracizing it,
I
making it
think
out
people,
like it's
I
just
think
like
people
fucking-
overestimate, James. I don't think people underestimate. I think people think all of your hard work is.
Oh yeah, no, yeah.
And I think one of the most intelligent sentence I can say now is, if 1 gram of steroids doesn't work, two
Two
won't.
isn't. Yeah.
Yeah.
We always said this about like if you're taking a course of Sus and Decker,
Only to
don't think
a certain amount, though, Stefan.
Huh?
Only
What?
to a certain degree.
yeah.
No, at the specific person, that's what I say. But listen carefully. If
Okay.
1 gram
doesn't work,
2 won't.
Oh, agree.
Yeah.
That's what I want to say.
We always
sorry.
it was the same as the old thing we used to all say. It's like if a course of Sustanon and Decker was not making you grow, throwing in some fucking debo ain't gonna suddenly change it.
Like what?
You know,
what was John? Didn't John say like 500 mg of test, a little growth hormone, and hard training and food? And if you can't grow on that,
you're pretty
You're
destined.
done. Yeah.
You're destined to be a shit
There-
bodybuilder, unfortunately.
You know what's funny, throwing around numbers like this, and I learned this from Derek from More Plates, More Dates, is, and Stefan, you probably already know, Ben, and you already know this too, and James, I don't know if you do, but it was all kind of new to me. And I learned it from a video he posted, I don't know, somewhere within a year ago, maybe, saying this guy could take 250 and that guy could take 250 and 250 is the right number or 500 is the right number is very it's a very simplistic and inaccurate way to say it, because and the reason I say it, and Ben, I already know you know what I'm saying, but people listening, the reason I say that is because 250 milligrams of test may result in a different number on my actual test levels than it may for Ben or James or Stefan.
Did you read about my post, right? The gay fucking reel I put up this morning. I actually listed what I'm taking. I'm taking 320 milligrams a week. And that's putting me at around 850 nanograms a deciliter.
Right.
Which sounds like a lot of testosterone, like injection wise.
Go ahead.
No, you finish it. I just don't want to forget it.
So
what I want to say.
If I had thought about that maybe 5 years ago, I'd have been like, well, 350 is going to put me at like 1400, 1500.
Right.
But it's not. It's putting me like I started at like 200 and it was putting me at like 300, 400. So then I had to walk it up over the last 5 months or 4 months and find that level. And it's taken a lot more testosterone per week to actually put me at that 900 than I thought.
Right.
But then I've also got some pro bodybuilders running 250 and I'm like, oh geez, like holy shit.
Right.
So
Stefan, go ahead. And I want to make a point about that.
One very specific point is, if you didn't buy your testosterone in a pharmacy by yourself out of a civilization, not Thailand, Egypt, or about a country which has laws about that, you can't get over the numbers at all because they all want to fuck you.
Agreed.
Well, here's the thing: the testosterone I'm taking is prescribed, right? It's pharmaceutical.
Then all is good.
I think my
still
testosterone.
For me, your American pharmacy is quite a funny thing. You know,
Well,
they are pulling it in the back counter out and give it in. In Europe, that wouldn't be allowed at all. You know, you have perfectly sealed. You just have perfectly sealed products which come out of a factory who has regulations that everybody will shit in their pants if there is 0.0001 milligram less in it.
Right.
Well, I'm sure if I went back to the underground stuff that I've got, like in an old drawer, I'm pretty certain that 350 test would put me at like 1500, or 350 on that underground test would put me at like 1500. I'm sure of it.
So you think it's actually higher?
I think he's overdosed. Yeah.
It's not dosed properly. It doesn't matter, guys. This is a different conversation.
Yeah, this is just right. This is just general.
What I'm saying is this: if all four of us took
the same
150 milligrams from the same fucking bottle,
you'd still get
our test levels on our blood work will not all be the same. So when people say like, "Oh, 500 is a good starting point," I'm like, for who?
Yeah.
That's a very good, that's a very specific number, and it's very specific to a person. And I'll tell you, I'm taking 125 milligrams a week, and my test level was 1300. Yeah.
It's like, why have I not?
So I'm like,
but then look at the two of us. You became a pro bodybuilder, and I didn't.
Right, but I'm just saying, like, I guess I'm trying to make the point to the people listening that when you ask a certain pro or you ask a certain coach and they say, you know what, 250 milligrams is the first number everybody should use. That's the number, or 500 or whatever the number. It's very arbitrary.
Yeah,
it doesn't work that way.
That's why I don't generally advise ever.
But practically speaking, you kind of have to shoot your shot because
Agreed.
Not everyone. Like I had a athlete come up to the house yesterday and train, and I said, "Listen, like it'll take us 9 weeks to find your right test dose because we'll pick a number, we'll start, we'll wait 3 weeks, we'll test, we'll make an adjustment, we'll wait 3 weeks, we test, and by that point, then we should be able to dial it into the exact dose from there."
Right.
But not everyone can test every 3-4 weeks to get that right dose. Once you've got that into your baseline, you can then work from that set point. But you're right. Like, yeah, ideally you go and have lab work as soon as before you do anything, you test. 3 weeks later, you test. But that's practically speaking, especially most of the time you're dealing with like a 21, 22, 23-year-old kid. Like you're going to ask them to go and run blood work that often. It's hard.
But still, the biggest problem in that theory is always that the people use underground products, and you never can say, because in one bottle there will be that, in one bottle there will be that. But coming back to your theory above, in medicine, most of the doses for medications of products or medication which dilutes in the body is measured by I translated it because I didn't know the English word, because of the body surface. So if a body has a bigger surface, the medication is diluting differently than a body with a smaller surface.
That's why I need more than you, because I'm so much bigger. And
you're taller, your limbs
too
are
macho. Just too macho.
So I get all the way out to my fucking hands.
Got to get to your fingers. You got to do more.
But as Ben said, doing constant blood work is the pinnacle of everything, especially when you have and use a lot of underground products, because I don't know how you see it, Ben, but I would say when my people do blood work, I would say 5 or nearly 10% don't take the amount of testosterone they actually think they take, and it's nothing or very, very low in it.
Yeah.
So when you see it generally.
Yeah.
It actually depends where they're from, like country to country.
Yeah.
I think the US underground, or certainly the source out here, seem to be okay at the minute.
I think,
but isn't it as always that it's fucking fluctuating? You have an underground lab. It's the first year, it's brilliant. Everybody buys.
It's never great forever.
Second year, it's half. Third year, you are fucked totally.
It's never great forever. No, I was going to say, going back to touch on the blood work point, just before we move on from it. That's what Samson did all last year.
Yeah.
I mean, that's why, and I said this on a previous podcast, that I think it's going to be the wave of the future for bodybuilders in trying to stay healthy, is actually creating their protocols based on their blood work.
Yeah, but that should be normal. I do that for 20 years.
I know, Stefan. I know that should be normal.
Just,
but what I'm trying to say, what I'm trying to say is, all throughout my history of bodybuilding, and maybe before, the normal protocol to do, the normal way to get your protocol is to say to your gym bro, "Hey, what did you take?" "Oh, I took 500 milligrams of test." And then after 1 year, I bumped it to 750. Then after another year, I bumped it to 1,000. And that's the way 95% of people create their protocols. What I'm trying to say is this is the first time in history I think we've had a Mr. Olympia
Be open and do it that
base
way.
his protocols on his blood work. And from his experience, he told me it's the least amount he's ever taken.
Felt better.
Because he only added things when his blood work called for it. And that because we're seeing so many bodybuilders die is the future. Because now people can be like, oh, I'm going to be a bodybuilder, but I can also probably be a little bit more healthy since I'm going to taper my drug use with my blood work.
But you are talking about fine tuning, and you're talking right at the highest level, right? Which I again should filter that. But I'm not. No, hang on, but hang on. I know exactly what you're saying. What I'm doing is, if I put my coach's hat on, now I've got a kid. I'm able to go. Okay, broadly speaking, in all of my experience and Stefan's experience, you see all the blood work you start to correlate a good start point for somebody.
Okay.
Where you go, okay, typically speaking, okay, I've got a kid that's going to pay me my monthly rate. So he's already up against it, right? I'm going to ask him to run blood work once a month as well as paying my monthly rate and while he's working another job, etc. So I have to give an approximate, okay, this should be about right. And then maybe instead of testing once a month or once every 2 months, we test every 3 months and we get to manipulate it a little bit longer durations in between,
it's still positive,
doing it like Stefan instead of like Samson's doing, where it's like every couple of weeks, which is the optimal, of course.
100% agree with you, and that's what I meant. Like, obviously, Mr. Olympia is going to test once a week or once every other week. The average Joe is not going to do that, and I'm not even talking about all of your protocol. I'm simply talking about test.
Yeah,
you have guys out there taking 2,000 milligrams of test when they might have known at 800 milligrams that they were already peaked in their fucking bodies. So they didn't have to go to 2000. You know what I mean? Like, even if you had one fucking snapshot.
But what's peak? What's peak? What is peak?
I don't know.
Exactly.
Well, to me, I'll tell you,
there's no standard on that upper limit.
I'll tell you what peak would be for me. When the side effects start outweighing the benefits,
right?
That's peak.
But yeah, I agree. But what if you have somebody that you just keep titrating up, and the side effects, they don't aromatize. They're at 1,500 milligrams of testosterone, and they're with no AI, and the estrogen is like you keep walking them up. Like,
we've had this hypothetical. That's not possible. If you put somebody on enough gear, eventually their liver enzymes, their something.
Yeah, but eventually is different person to person. We just had this conversation,
right?
So, but that's what I mean. So, say you've got someone on 1,500 test only, no other AIs or anything else, and everything's perfect.
Right?
Can be, yes.
What do you do? You go more?
If they're not growing,
and they feel great, and they're growing decently.
I'm going to answer. I answer. If they are not growing, the problem is not the amount of test.
Well, no, but what I was going to say, let me answer. What I was going to say is if their progress has stalled and they have no side effects, then why not go up?
Sure.
Yeah.
Say their testosterone is at like 3,000-4,000. And their free test is at like 600.
But this hypothetical is not reasonable, because you would never see that in real life.
I have a guy pretty close to it, yes.
You have a guy that you're giving 3,000 milligrams of test.
No, on his total test.
Yeah, okay. Well, that's different. That's not what I'm talking about.
I'm saying he's on like 1.5 and is solid.
Right. But if he keeps going up, eventually the side effects are going to start. It's one of two things. If you're on gear long enough, or you're on enough gear.
I understand, but where's that upper limit? The upper limit is open for interpretation and is person to person.
Is the upper limit where
I'm not disagreeing with that?
Do you have to?
I'm not, Ben. I'm not disagreeing that the upper limit's open for interpretation. What I'm saying is, I want people to know that are watching that it's very individual.
Sure, yeah, that's what I mean. Like
point.
If you did point. Say hypothetically you went back and did Ronnie Coleman's cycles based on his blood work, he might never have ended up as Ronnie Coleman.
No, that's not true.
It's a possibility. It is true that it's a possibility.
But
I would even add to that discussion that there will come the point, okay, you have steroid level is that line, okay? And you have progression, which is the second line. So that arm is the steroid level,
Right.
and that arm is the progression.
Versus
Right.
that's the
There
tip.
will come the point where it's going that way.
And that's when
Right.
you know.
That more gear will come, will bring degression and
Right.
not progression.
Right.
But you do have physiques that point of inflection is
Higher.
Yeah,
way
no
up there.
but no one's disagreeing with that. No one's
No, I'm saying that's the tricky point though, because if you always paint by numbers, you might not fulfill potential.
well, that depends on your level of risk that you want to like
Sure,
hey,
but there is always
one guy might look at his liver enzymes at 80 and be like, I don't give a shit. Another guy might look at it at 150 and be like, I don't give a shit. Another guy might look at it at 52 and be like, holy fuck, I got to get off steroids. It depends on the person's
For sure.
relative need for risk or acceptance of risk, right?
I agree, yeah.
So, but we're still saying the same thing. The whole point
I'm saying if you try to keep your liver enzymes under, say, 25 your whole entire time, good fucking luck. Like,
no, I know that,
there's
Ben,
gonna
but
be
but me and you have had this discussion many times. You know, we've talked about people that are like we've had the conversation, let's move from steroids to eating. We've had the conversation of, well, don't bulk too hard because if you get too fat, that's not good for your health and it's not, and this and that. But then we've also seen people that try to stay too lean that put on very little muscle every year.
Listen, I remember very clearly Luke saying to me driving, we were around the M25 roundabout, and he went, it's all got to come off. It's all got to come off. No matter how fat I get, I'll get peeled. It's all going to come off. And that's more like a 90s, 2000s mentality.
Right.
But you do have to, and I do still believe that a physique to be an open bodybuilder, you got to get fat and big one time.
Right.
You gotta get nasty big.
Going back to Luke, Luke said this too on a podcast with me. Luke literally said, if you put a gun to my head and said, you have to gain 20 pounds of muscle, I'm fucking eating everything in sight.
Yeah.
You know? So I'm like,
yeah, you rather go too far,
but
right?
Again,
rather eat too much and not enough.
This is just like the steroid conversation is
It's risk.
certain people don't want to like, hey, I'm worried about my blood pressure. Hey, I'm worried about my cholesterol. Hey, I'm worried about my liver enzymes. Hey, I'm worried. So I don't want to get too fat. I don't want to gain too much weight. This is where you have to decide the risk level for bodybuilding.
Can I say something? At some point, if you're too worried, don't get into competitive bodybuilding and don't try and get on stage then.
Yeah, you
are not going to do this in a healthy way. There is a price to pay. I don't care how healthy you do it. There's a fucking price to pay.
1 second. I want to read this comment. Josh Kiernan says, Fouad was saying how gear is not as important as some say, but the truth is that's not true. I never said gear is not important. I said people
You said it's over. Yeah.
I said people overestimate its importance, which I still agree with.
The thing with what we're talking about as well is like not even from a health standpoint in regards to physical health, it's mental well-being. Like none of them, we don't. I feel like this industry doesn't talk about the mental well-being enough of what steroids and long-term use does with the mentality of a person, especially when you pair that with self-pressure and desire to be good at something, and you mix them all in a cocktail. That's probably the most, for me, is a personal thing. The thing that's probably the heaviest on me is that, like the health thing, cool. Like, I'm probably not the healthiest person on the planet, but for me, the biggest emphasis that you have to be concerned with and you have to try to moderate as best as you can is the mental effects, I think, personally.
I think the tricky thing about the mental effects of it is they kind of creep up on you.
They do. And unfortunately, it's like you just wake up one day and it's there.
Well, because what I mean by that is sometimes if you start taking a certain steroid, for example, you'll break out.
Oh, mate, 2 days later, you're like this.
Like right away, you're like, oh, I got some fucking acne, or you'll feel your nipples or something. You'll be like, oh fuck, I've been. So it's like it's very evident.
Yeah.
Whereas with mental health issues, like if you had anxiety or depression or something,
you just start it's trend, but slow trend.
Yeah, you kind of wake up one day, like months down the road, and you're like, why the fuck is my life turned to shit?
Yeah. And it hasn't, but you just feel like it has. Sorry, Stefan.
Go ahead,
I
Stefan.
want to say a very important sentence, maybe that ends the discussion. In my opinion,
Well, we don't want to end the discussion. It's a podcast.
Yeah. In my opinion, and no matter what it takes mentality won't make a winner in that sport.
Explain that, because I do believe some of that's needed.
Not whatever it takes, you know.
You don't think- you don't think-
I want to grab on what James said.
Okay.
Let's take the psychologist thing out of it, yet not the side effects on the body.
Right.
You know, when you constantly want to push through biological or psychological barriers, you will pay for it.
Okay.
That's 100% sure. And you will never reach the same level that you would have reached if you would have been a little bit more intelligent and know when it's time to break or know when it's time to step a little bit back.
Yeah.
And I think most of the greatest champions in our sport knew that somehow.
Can I term it as patience? I think the people that I've seen do the best, and Samson at the minute is the best in our sport. He's incredibly patient and allows. He's not trying to rush getting to the top. And I've said this before, like
it's not now and immediately.
Right.
And that's what people want.
It's that what's the word for it? It's that cheesy line, right? Trust the process.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
A lot of these guys, and something that Sam, again, I have told this story before. After the Detroit Pro last year, Samson sat there. We had breakfast, and he said, "It's okay. I'll catch them eventually."
Yeah.
He said, "I'm not worried. I'm not trying to beat them next show. I just need to stay."
And I think that's one of the main things why he is the champion. And that's why he is such an outstanding champion and can be a champion for long, because he understands that professional play, that things take a specific time and you need to wait, because especially in bodybuilding, you know, the people, they are just focusing sometimes an immediate effect of something. They totally block out the other side. The other side will catch them later.
Right.
If it's liver enzymes, if it's high blood pressure, if it's lipids, if it's psychological problems, they always think, no, I want to grow now, and I want it now, and I want it fast, and I don't give a shit on that, and whatever it takes. That's what I especially mean on whatever it takes, because that will get a loop back. You know, you are not building a bodybuilding career in 3 years. That's a sport where you need 10, 15, 20 years to get on the top.
And this is where it becomes really important that you're who you're surrounded by has that mentality as well. Because unfortunately, the majority doesn't have that mentality because we're in a different time. And that's why I find it more encouraging when I'm around people of the older generation sometimes. Like, you know, every time I've sat down and had a conversation with someone like Branch or somebody, it pulls me back to that mindset of that it's a process, and it makes me feel much better in the moment, knowing that you can't do more than you're already doing.
But
and
you know,
the rest is time.
But James, you know, those people weren't like that when they were younger, right? Like,
no, but they were to a degree. Listen, you can wake up every day and want to fucking kill it and think, but you also know when to sit the fuck down and breathe.
Hold on a minute. That anything takes mentality that Stefan just described is prevalent in 90% of the industry, if not more. There are very few patient bodybuilders, very few that are like, oh, my liver enzymes are high, I better take a step back. There are very few bodybuilders that are like that. Most bodybuilders are like, fuck this, I'm going full tilt till I get to the fucking goal that I want to get to. And I'm not saying that's the right way to be, but I'm saying, I bet you if you talk to Branch at 20 years old or 25 years old, he wasn't the wise old man you talk to now.
Yeah, but at the same time,
even if you talk to me, I'm with Stefan on this. Hey,
yeah, no, 100%. I've sat and had these conversations with Branch about his health during his career,
right?
And because there was no red flags on his health, he was able. It's like we said earlier, You go till you can't. And if there was, the man's a smart man, and I know if there was anything that was like of a concern health wise, then he would have just put together. He would have taken the time required because he had the long intention of being one of the best.
But hold on a minute. First of all, you're assuming that.
I'm assuming it with very high percentage of accuracy, but no.
Well, listen, maybe
because
I don't,
again, if he'd come back,
maybe I don't know Branch as well as you do.
Dude, if he'd come back and said, "Look, I had a CT scan and my fucking cardiac score was like 300."
No, it doesn't have to be that, but it doesn't have to be like that.
No, but it does. It does because it's a level of safety.
No,
so if you're within a certain parameter, of course you can push.
What I'm saying to you is that's not exactly what Stefan's describing. It doesn't have to be that dramatic. You could have a small elevation in your blood pressure and it could be nothing. And you'd be like, you know what? Fuck this. I'm still going. I'm going fucking hard. It don't matter. 2 years later, that small elevation in your blood pressure has wreaked havoc on some other system in your body. So it doesn't have to be alarm bells going like this. It can be something very small that develops over time.
Oh, for sure. But that's like, but that's down to the intelligence of the individual to keep on top of those things.
I don't think it's intelligence. I think there's a difference between intelligence and ambition.
Yeah, but ambition should never negate intelligence. Ambition should never put aside someone's intellect.
I think it's a lot of knowledge of how the body works.
Hold on a minute. Speaking in perfect terms, you're right, James. The ambition should never trump the intelligence.
For sure.
But we've seen many, many, many times, including with myself, that the ambition does trump the fucking intelligence.
I think the problem is more the lack of knowledge. The lack of knowledge.
Because if the wisdom was there, then you put it.
I don't know if that's true. I don't know if that's true, Stefan. I don't think people go, oh, you know what? My blood pressure's fucked. I know that's really bad for me. I know all of it, or I don't think it's a big deal. I don't think it's hurting me at all. I'm going to keep going. I think they know it's a problem, but I think their ambition is bigger than that.
Yeah, there's certainly people out there for sure that are like, hey man, I'm good to go. I know the risks. Let's go.
Oh, for sure. Listen.
But Fouad, then I ask you a direct question, Fouad.
Sure.
Did you 15 years ago knew that high blood pressure will destroy your kidneys?
I didn't know this. You're right in this regard. I didn't know the specifics of it, but the doctor had told me this is going to be a fucking problem.
Yeah, but not as drastical. Not that your kidney will. I think that
they did. I didn't know the specifics. I didn't know the specifics of what would happen.
But if he would have told you 15 years ago, come on, Fouad, if you have constant high blood pressure, your kidneys will suck and they will get fucked and you can't do your sport anymore.
Guys, I don't know. Maybe I'm a different case. I've talked to a lot of bodybuilders, and I'm sure you guys have too. Most of my experiences in talking to professional bodybuilders is more of the anything goes side of things than the patient's side of things. More bodybuilders will take a risk and push themselves past a limit to try and reach their goal than the ones that have all the wherewithal in the world and they're like, you know what? I had a fucking guy message me just last week. He's like, I had a fucking stroke, but I'm ready to get back to competing. And I'm like, guys, what are we talking about here? 90% of us are fucking insane. And we'll go to the end of the earth to reach the goal. That's why we're doing the fucking gear in the first place. This isn't even a conversation. When I started taking steroids, I was like, I know this is probably going to kill me one day. I was like, I don't care. I want to do it anyway.
See what Stefan said earlier.
But is that a problem?
The lack of knowledge.
Die anyway.
Yeah, but also, I know there was none of this knowledge when I first started. I didn't have a clue what anything did. Sure. All I knew was the glamorous side. So all I was educated on was that steroids make you big and you can be a bodybuilder. There was no one saying, oh, that's going to affect blood pressure, cholesterol, anxiety. It's going to create anxiety. It's going to create fucking libido issues. Like, that wasn't even, everything that was painted to us as young bodybuilders was all glamorous, man.
James, I agree with you on the specifics.
So it's easy for us to follow that.
No, I agree with you on the specifics. There's far more, like this podcast alone, we try and talk about these things as much as possible. So there's far more information out there as far as specifics. But I'm sorry, man. I knew when I started, Like even my brother pulled me aside at one point. It was like just before I turned pro.
Mhm.
And he's like, hey man, I don't know if you want to keep going this way. Like this is probably gonna do something to you one day.
But here's my counter argument to it, right? And because I've had this conversation with Roman a little bit too. It's like if this is what is in your blood and what you enjoy and your vice. And I'm not saying steroids are necessarily, a be-one end-all, but just bodybuilding in general, right? Just encompasses everything. Why? We're all going to die at some point. You want to live your life the way you want to. It's your body, your choice, right?
Hey,
so
no one's debating.
You got people drinking and smoking and taking ecstasy throughout their whole life, cocaine. So it's like,
100%. I'm not, but I'm not making the argument that people shouldn't do it.
I don't make the argument.
Go ahead, Stefan. Go ahead.
I don't make the argument also that it will kill your health. I'm more talking about that the problems will occur, will end your career, and you can't reach the goals you want to reach.
Yeah.
That's one of the main
it's actual
things.
self-sabotage.
What I said before with the no matter it takes mentality won't make you the best bodybuilder you could probably be.
I'm agreeing with that. I'm agreeing with that as well. I'm agreeing with you, and I'm agreeing with Ben. If somebody wants to drink,
you should drink.
If someone wants to drink until they're dead, then fucking go do it. I'm not making an argument about
you have someone, mate. You have someone that lives teetotal and dies when they're 42.
Yeah,
and Fouad, I don't not agree with you at all. I 100% because I know I wouldn't be where I am without that 100% mentality. But my ignorance is why I had the mentality.
To some degree.
Listen, you walk into bodybuilding now, and
I would be so much more aware of things. I don't even know if
Let me ask you this. The information available to us now on all of that is just so much higher.
Let me ask this question. This is a real question. So
for sure.
We all kind of agree on what each of us is saying to some degree.
Yeah.
But I have a very specific question, James. Let's say the 22-year-old now, and we kind of already see this, but I'm just going to pose it to you anyway. The 22-year-old kid now that sees Sam Sulek getting all this fame, or sees all these not just Sam, all these different influencers, they have all this information. Yeah. They know that there's people with kidney issues and blood pressure issues and blah 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 blah, and they're still fucking doing it.
I know, and that's why I said it's even harder now, and I couldn't imagine being.
This is what I'm saying is the ambition outweighs the intelligence.
Yeah, but also even more so now because of the fucking because how important celebrityism is.
Right. Yeah. Now,
but at least when we did it, and can I just say one thing? Sorry.
Yeah.
One thing that when we started, even if you were hurting yourself in the process, you were doing it for you.
I agree.
And I missed that because you were like, you know what? I'm living, like Ben said, I'm living my life. I want to be what I want to be, and I don't need the entire world. I just want my world.
Right.
That was the difference.
Now there's a popularity aspect to it that's making people want to do it more.
And that's a lot of external, almost you can allow that to be pressure.
Right. Go ahead, Ben.
But then you also have examples of those, like take Jay Cutler. Next to like Phil Heath. Right? Those guys look really healthy, really good. I know maybe, Jay's a little bit older, but it's like, so you do have examples of guys that pushed the limit and had that mentality, stayed healthy, and they live in great lives after competing.
Hold on. I have a question about that. Yeah. This is, I think, where Stefan's right. And this is why I said each of us is right to some degree. I think what Stefan was saying is those guys knew when to take a fucking log off the fire and just breathe.
Jay and Ronnie, after shows had like a nice little break. Yeah. That shit, things like that.
It's funny, actually, I had a guy that was always just an amateur guy, but he's always like bar screws. I had him completely come off. We went back to just a baseline minimal. He's like, oh, this isn't going to do anything for me. His body has responded quicker than any cycle he ran in 2 years before because he took the time off. And I know talking to like the old school guys, they would finish a competition and point blank stop injecting everything. Like Samson does the same thing. So he doesn't put a needle in his skin.
He takes a lot of breaks.
Yeah. He's like nothing touches me. Like nothing touches, no growth hormone, no peptide, like nothing. He's like off.
I want to touch
but that's hard. That's hard to do. But that's what you said about ambition. Ambition will, because I just did a show. I got first. Let me rebound and grow. And
it's ambition and also illusion. illusion of what is possible, illusion of what you can
Or-
achieve in a specific time, you know?
Also, gentlemen, because Samson's the master at just only giving a fuck about his world, which is great. And if we can all be a bit more like that, because again, why do people stay on cycle? Why do people do it? Because they care when they go in the gym, what people think of how they look. Samson wouldn't give a fuck for 3 months if he like slightly downsized, looks smoother, and there's reporting on the channel saying, "Oh, Samson doesn't look as good as he did," because he doesn't care. Because he's like, "I'm in this for the long plan."
Roden was the same, right? Roden,
Yeah.
I remember when Shaw did guest posing and looked like a fucking bag of dicks.
You know, the
And I
first
remember-
pictures I got from William in November
was relaxed when he was chilled.
2023, he was 93 kilogram, looked like he hadn't trained for 10 years, and he was on stage 5 months later with 105, with nearly 12 kilogram more as we started the diet.
Can I tell you something absolutely crazy that James just made me think of? So Samson's been with our company for 5 years now.
Yep.
And the most interesting thing about what you said is I don't ever remember him saying anything about anybody else. This guy did this, or this guy did that, or I got to catch this guy, or I got to catch. He's just, you're right. He's always just like, what am I doing? Where am I going?
And that's the only possible thing to success. The only possible. There I'm quite direct. That's the only possible way of thinking when you want to have the maximum success.
He's honestly
focus on your fucking self.
He's honestly the only active bodybuilder right now that I never tried to, I would never want to be anyone else or try to be, but I really admire that. And I try to wake up daily and be a bit more like that. And that's why I literally tried to just be within this little circle, because I know that that's what Samson does. And look at the way it reaps. It reaps such success because you're not allowing external bullshit to enter your world. He's so good at that. He's the best at that.
But it's harder now than ever with social, again. Not
but then you still watch. The great thing with Samson,
he
just does it. He just goes, fuck it, boom.
Yeah, but I'm saying that it's harder now than ever to block out that comparison. Right?
For sure.
It's way harder to do that. It's the hardest time that we've ever existed to be able to compare and put yourself down. Right.
Yeah. When we all used to compete when we were younger, you had no idea it was turning up apart from Data Show, and that was brilliant because you just focused on, you did a whole prep and you hadn't seen no one else. And you're like, sweet, let's see who's there.
Just rumors from people out of other cities which were come to visit you in the gym, and that fucking stuff.
I have guys sending me like on Instagram, like guys in prep, and they'll be sending me, oh, this guy, he just posted this. I've got like they're going to compete against. I'm like, fucking stop!
Worry about it.
Stop it, man. What you doing?
Yeah. I haven't even looked at anyone for
there is
this
a
Arnold.
short, I don't give a fuck from me.
I want to
bottom line is as well, you can't control nobody else, so stop worrying about what you can't control.
I wanted to talk to James briefly. Because you're 2 weeks out.
He's 1 week out. He's 7 days.
It's 1 week. What are you smoking?
Yeah, he's jumping on his fucking throat.
What are you smoking, bro?
Do your research, man.
Talking about Ben's prep and Stefan's prep and my prep, and this is
that's old.
Did you buy the right plane tickets, or are you coming to Ohio 1 week later? What is it?
Coming in March 7th, isn't that what it is?
Yeah, I haven't got any updates. I haven't got any updates up, but this is all from like quite a few weeks ago.
Yeah, I know. That's why I switched off it. But how are you feeling?
Yeah, I'm good, man. I'm good because Stefan's happy with what I'm doing. So that's it. I'm just like, yeah, what do you think? And then we talk daily. And I posed today. I posed in the morning. Kind of seeing some. I think it's an improved James. That's it. I don't know what else I can really do. I'm just doing what I can.
We want to make him beautiful. I'm not sure about the hairstyle. What we're gonna do?
I don't know. What should I do with the face?
Are you gonna shave your head, or are you gonna leave the island?
I'm shaving. No, I'm shaving the head, man.
That would be great.
Or should I put a teepee?
That and no beard. You know, no beard, but
Nasser used to do it. He's going with the fucking little fuzz back.
It's Homer Simpson.
Yeah,
the beard is good. You gotta go skin and beard.
Okay.
In my opinion.
No, man. Do you know what? I'm just really. We say it every fucking time. Just trying to enjoy it, but I am genuinely the happiest I've been in a long time, and again, like I am riddled with anxiety. I've always have been, and I know a lot of bodybuilders are. I have it super, super high. I probably don't show as much as I actually have, but this is the best grip I've had on it in a long time. And again, a lot of that's just because of the communication I have with obviously Stefan daily. That's kind of just chill and relaxed.
Yeah,
It keeps me calm, like
James,
and I can't do more than I do, bro.
James, honestly, and I don't know if I don't know if you feel this way, but I see a lot of my career in your career, or my like the way
Fuck yeah,
the way I approached bodybuilding mentally.
I'm intense, bro.
I feel like we're the same that way.
Yeah, yeah.
I wasn't able to. I always had anxiety when I was competing, but when I was with John, that's when it was like the most calm,
Yeah.
and that's when I was able to do my best. And you've been doing this podcast with me for 3 or 4 years now,
You know me well.
and you're a lot more calm this year than you were last year. Like
Man,
your demeanor, your conversation, your everything feels different than last year or last time you competed.
I remember the Olympia. I was actually scared of being on the podcast with him.
I
There was
know,
that one
how intense
one
he
podcast
was.
where he just sat there fucking staring through the camera. I was
James,
like,
we did a
"Fuck this."
podcast. I don't know if you remember, James.
I remember I was like, I'm gonna beat everybody.
He was in a hotel room somewhere, right? Because you were
I did one, and I was in America, and I was like, yeah, I'm placing top 6.
I remember
that
that
terrifying.
Because I had to believe in myself. Like, what's the fucking point if you don't?
No, but it was different. You seemed like
Ugh.
a serial killer. Like you
What
were.
is it? Testing.
I remember the podcast. You shaved head. You had kind of like fucking you had like skull face, and you were just so fucking serious. You're like, I'm in a really good place, and I'm like, this guy's gonna kill someone.
Do you know what?
Like,
I was probably trying to convince myself externally
that you were calm. Yeah.
Yeah, and I weren't. Weren't at all. No, man, I do have my issues, but at the same time,
but
I think
you
just
don't
to get this
see
show
where
out the
you're
way, I think once this show's out the way, the first one, the big one, then I might be like, I'm pretty calm considering it's the Arnold, I have to say. But I think once this first one's out of the way, and then I've spent a bit of time with Stefan and just like kind of because I know we just learned, like we're just figuring me out. I'm confident this year's going to be a good year, and I'm pretty confident I'm going to get to the Olympia. You know, I feel that, and that's my objective. And other than that, what can I fucking ask for, really? I just want to be my best.
Have you
I
done
feel
any?
like you're more accepting of the fact you have anxiety versus like fighting against it.
I have to accept it, bro, because it's so strong. That's why my room looks like it does, because I come in here and I start tinkering with everything to fight my anxieties.
But that's a fucking good place to be, man. Because that's I know this sounds really fucking cheesy, and I don't mean the podcast to turn gay, but like I don't actually mean gay. Sorry, I should have said that. But sorry, Ryan.
It's a different kind of gay.
Is that even allowed?
Is Ryan gay? Sorry, Ryan.
Is that even allowed in your religion?
It's not allowed being gay.
Happy gay.
No, it's not. You can't be.
Impossible. When he was taking steroids, and he didn't worry about that. So
anyway, what I was trying to say is that is the best place to be, is when you can actually admit to yourself and even say to other people, yeah, I deal with this shit sometimes.
Yeah, dude.
And I'm not fucking perfect.
Dude, I say to you, it's like Yannicka asked me today. She said, can I come to the gym when you train today? And I said, and I replied, I was like, is it okay if you go before me? Because I just need to go there and like have my time and not feel like I'm pressured or rushed.
Right.
And I had a great training session because I got there, I talked to the owner for a bit, spoke with Jordan that I trained with, had a sunbed after quickly, and then I sat and spoke to the owner and posed, and he had a look at me with my training partner. I just need that little bit of disconnect, sometimes, because I love every aspect of my life and I love the different people in my life, but I just can't always have them intertwining because I'm quite bad at everything has to be straight lines for me. And if they blur, if they're like crossing over too much for me, it creates interference in my mind. And then I can't straighten the lines. So for me, it's just easier to go, okay, I'm going to deal with my bodybuilding shit. Then I've got a bit of time I can spend with you. And then I'm going to do some more bodybuilding shit. And then, so it's just like it probably is OCD as well. It's probably been developed over the years because of the nature of what we do. But this year's the best I've had a hold on that.
Have you ever heard that anxious people like to watch reruns more often than normal people?
So that watch old stuff again and again.
You'll watch a movie over again.
Oh, mate, that's me all day. Even with gaming, I revert back to what I know from the past.
You know why you do that?
Because you know how it ends.
It's not OCD. It's a matter of control.
Yeah.
When you're an anxious person, you feel like you have no control over what's going to happen.
That's it. And my biggest anxiety is like when I know something's coming up that is different to what my regular schedule is. It really
James,
kind of kills me.
Always remember this. Anxiety is the future.
Yeah.
Depression is the past.
I know. So I'm definitely not depressed because the past I don't mind.
I know. I'm thinking when people think that way, their anxiety is usually related to something going to happen.
Yeah. I think it's just the anxiety comes also because I pray. All I pray for, man, is just to be the bodybuilder that I'm trying to be, and that's it. I know that sounds so simple, but in my life, that's honestly the only thing I really, really have massive value towards.
Dad, guess what?
That's it.
I was watching what you was watching in the living room.
Oh, you were? They put it on. Mommy put it on in the living room for you.
You're supposed to see me.
I can't see you because there's no camera in the living room.
Come on, baby.
Okay. Hey,
Well, they're coming back over in a minute. We gotta get it ready. Come on.
James, have you done any cuddling this last week?
Like that camera.
No, but you know what?
That camera, like
I've made an effort to say I love you more.
Oh, that's good.
And like we went to town the other day and we got out of the car and I just had a little burst of happiness that doesn't come that often, but it was like a weird feeling. It was off our first date. So I was like, when we get time, we'll go back to where we had our first date. And it lasted me probably about 10 minutes, but I was like, I'm going to grab this feeling when I have it because it'd be a waste not to say how I feel.
Yeah.
Because I'm pretty flat right now. Like, I don't feel much like we said, but I had a moment where I felt something for a minute. So I was like, let her know, because if you don't let her know, you never know if you're ever going to let her know.
Right.
So
let me ask this. Are you telling her I love you more because of the podcast having an impact?
No.
No, I'm curious for real. Because
No, it's definitely not that.
Oh, Fouad helped me for my knife.
Yeah, how much fucking.
No, do you know what? It's
Yes, I want all the credit. No, that's not what I meant, Stefan. I meant usually when people call me out for something, I'm more aware of it.
Yeah.
So like
Well,
if somebody said I wasn't being loving or I wasn't being, I would probably be more conscious of it moving forward.
Then there probably is some of that, but mostly for me, what it is because I am very aware of the time I'm spending in my own space. So I also don't want her to feel neglected.
Okay. Go ahead, Stefan. Sorry.
I saw some very beautiful thing this week because when we were gaming, we were also video phoning.
Yeah.
No?
Because it's just like you gotta look who's ass, like when you're beating them.
And Yannick came home and entered the room.
Yeah.
And the eyes connecting of them two looked quite good.
Oh, that's very
Why do
nice.
you gotta make the podcast gay? It wasn't.
No, because everybody's just James, blah blah blah.
Yeah, people think I'm like super cold and that.
I can prove it that he was really happy when she got home.
I'm believe me, like I guarantee, like if any of you have ever met me, anyone watching this, because a lot of you haven't and judge just based off not knowing, I promise you I'm probably one of the fucking nicest people on the planet. And I'll take time with everybody and I'll shake everybody's hand. And I'm like that with my friends. I'm like that with Yannick. I'm like that with strangers because I always think the first impression is so important. So I am a nice person. I promise. I know I sometimes say some things, but I have to say some things sometimes because we will have to
But
say
when Yannick came, I think she saw that he was losing against me.
We are even. I think we were 2 for 2. We were 2 for 2.
All right, I gotta ask you this question. I got a super chat here. Kai versus Samson, who wins?
What?
That's a tough one, man.
Kai versus
so good. Did you not see that Kai might be doing Pittsburgh?
100%. Samson. I don't discuss that.
Oh, I'm talking like peak. So we talking about like now, or we talking about like peak ever, the best Kai Green we've ever seen?
For me, it's still Samson. You know,
Samson has a better shape, but I am blown away by Kai Green's muscularity as well.
Kai's got really dense, very hard conditioned muscle, but Samson is the more complete bodybuilder.
Yeah, it
20 is it 2011 or 2012 New York Pro Kai is one of my favorite I've ever seen.
You liked him when he was smaller.
No, it was actually the first. It was before it's not when he was his smallest, like 2008, 2009.
No,
like
not that small.
Yeah, it's like in between. Yeah, in between. Yeah. When he still had really good detail and he was still rock solid.
Yeah, because he went too
heavy in that.
He went through a transformation from like small, aesthetic, extremely peeled to almost like a perfect balance of size and condition and detail.
You know, went a little bit too
extremely
Much.
fucking huge, a little bit blown out waist, detail kind of gone a bit.
Hmm.
Yeah. But that
Should
happens,
have wanted to see.
that happens to
Should have
all of
wanted
us.
to see. Should have wanted to see his blood work, and they would have kept him in check.
Yeah,
The,
well,
um,
you know what's funny?
Again,
You know what's funny, Ben? You say that? We're gonna find out with Samson.
so
Because Samson is the perfect test case because we saw Ronnie.
No, he's already a.
No, hold on a minute. Hold on a minute. Actually, that's a really good point. We saw Ronnie and Kai, for example. I mean, we saw many more than that, but let's take those two. We saw them go from like slender, detailed, athletic, kind of aesthetic looking bodybuilders
yeah,
to perfectly balanced to way too fucking big and kind of ruining their shape.
Yeah.
We're seeing that with Samson. We're going to see how far he goes. If he doesn't go past that point, then we know he's onto something.
Samson's in a little bit of a different case, isn't he? Because it's almost like all he actually needs to do is refine now.
Yeah, but that's all they all needed. Like Ronnie wasn't going to.
Yeah, but Ronnie was peak refined in
But-
99, wasn't he?
No,
How
hold
many-
on.
I'd argue Dexter led the way almost.
Just hold on a minute. If Ronnie, no, Dexter got as big as he could. He just couldn't get any bigger. Are you kidding me? Dexter got massive compared to what he started at. He just couldn't get to the size that
So
Ronnie.
did Samson got massive compared to where he started out. I'm saying Dexter never ruined his physique.
I agree with you. I guess what I'm saying is this: if Ronnie stayed the size he was at the 2001 Arnold,
Yeah.
he still would have won the same amount of Olympias.
I think so, yeah.
Yeah, you are right, but I think that's going back to a discussion we had before. Ronnie just did what he loved.
Yeah. Yeah, it was all for the love.
I know, but
It's-
I'm going to Ben's point about if he monitored blood work, maybe he would have stayed at 2001 size, Ronnie.
No,
Did you
I
guys not-
have now the
Maybe.
most provoking argument ever. Blood work will make your symmetry better.
Yeah.
Okay, let's not-
Stop your legs getting too big and your waist.
Um,
Guys, did you not? Again, I know I said this earlier. I don't know if it caught wind. I don't know if it's true or not. But Kai Green doing Pittsburgh for real.
No,
I get no.
He's in Pittsburgh
No.
now, prepping.
no. Ah,
No.
Kai's notorious.
Prove it.
I don't know. Look at Kai Green's
was doing,
page.
he was
Look
doing
at-
the 21 Olympia too.
I know. But you know, there's this
Still-
big money in this show, and he hasn't done a show for a while.
poor. Open the page.
If you look at Kai's page, he's done a post. I promise you, it's kind of. I think it's going to be a bit of a hot topic. I don't know.
Fouad,
I think he
Fouad.
wants to be part of the topic, but he's not doing anything.
Yeah, he's keeping himself relevant. Fouad, while you look that up real quick, Ryan messaged me. He wanted me to tell everybody he's not gay, but he's just not fussy.
Is it not on his main page? I saw it somewhere.
He's sitting right here. He's so gay. He's him right now.
He's just not fussy. He said it was like anything. He's just not
Well, it
gay
might be
though.
on
Just
Pits.
Okay, what are we looking at, James?
Maybe
go
some
tagged.
pic-
Go tagged. No, go tagged. It'll probably be in his tags. I
Yeah,
saw it,
this
James.
is it. This is it. No, yeah.
Call to come back?
Yeah, and I'm people were saying that he's
Yeah, but
I
look
don't know.
at this is what
Ah,
this is what he wants. Look at the
He's
of
so
course it's what he
fucking
wants, but still is it not
quick.
still worth is it still not worth a fucking mention?
are
no,
It
you oh,
is.
James for sure. I mean, I listen, I'm not trying to
No.
be an asshole.
I would love to see Kai Green
I'm a
compete again.
huge Kai fan. It'd be awesome if he got on stage.
Mate, to share the stage of that big motherfucker, I would be well happy. Just to be
Yeah,
able
that
to
would-
stand next to him.
That would be incredible, man. It would be
But do you think it's
I
out the
just
realms of
wanna-
possibility, honestly?
is it a possibility that he could?
Yeah.
I mean, he's got enough mass to for sure.
And I
I
still
don't
feel like
think-
he's got an itch.
I know, but I don't this is just completely anecdotal,
Yeah, sure.
not scientific at all. I feel like when older bodybuilders retire and come back, they're never the same.
No, I agree. But that's why I'm still very
I
intrigued.
don't think
'cause-
Kai is ever going to look like Kai. He maybe still has the same amount of muscle, but I don't think it's going to be like this beautiful, refined physique. You know,
Is
Do
there a
we have-
world? I don't. Sorry, Stefan.
Do we have any pictures from the last year or something
No,
like
he's
that?
been quiet, so I wonder if he's been.
so fucking cryptic, man. He drives me nuts.
Is there a
It
world where
annoys me.
some cheeky mafia man comes forward and pays Kai and says, "Look, I want you to do the show"?
I mean, he's still big enough for sure, right? It just
I'm just always blinded by the teeth.
The only reason I say it as well is because this Pittsburgh this year is not the same. It's they've made the show so much more premiere. So I'm kind of like, oh, maybe he's just going to do a guest spot or something. I don't know, but I still think it's because he looked like he was off season.
Oh, yeah, I think that was a guest posing and he drops clothes.
Yeah, and he was really off season there with a shower curtain. It's literally a shower curtain. But how long ago was that? So he's had all
I'd
that.
say because he did the one in India like this
23
2
weeks
or 3
ago.
years ago.
Yeah, no, this is 23
Yeah,
weeks ago.
but that's it's actually 23 weeks.
Yeah,
That's
so
actually a shower curtain.
it is literally a shotgun. Everyone said it's just.
You think it's a shower curtain?
No, it actually is. I
It
swear it's.
It's
apparently
100% shower curtain.
But
yeah, he
is
was
it
like,
one or two?
I think it's
Two.
one, and then he's got something else on.
Is it one?
I don't know.
I think it's two.
He's advertising.
Does
He's got sponsors from
does he actually guest pose or does he just do this funky shit?
No, he does take it off, but he's very out of shape and he's got paint on because he's total like off season. It's not Kai. But what I'm saying is it's 23 weeks ago and anything's possible. Maybe, the geezer's got a lot. Look at the size of legs still.
Oh, this is a bad look, James.
Of course, it is peak fucking big belly and everything. But that's 23 weeks ago, bro. Like Stefan said, when Bonac and him teamed up, Bonac was only 93 kilos. I can't put it out.
How old is Kai?
44, 45, maybe, surely. Maybe older.
Not 50?
Correct.
Something about
Nah,
that?
I don't think so. I don't think he's that old.
What does
Could be.
Google say?
Should we find out?
He said it don't crack.
I Google.
He's 51. I don't know what he is. I don't know. I just thought like it's
49 already.
Fuck. Shit. All right, he's old. Well, not old, but older.
Okay, let me ask you this question. If Kai comes back, do you think you can beat him?
Probably not.
Yes.
If I don't know.
Yes, easy, James.
If
What the
okay,
fuck?
easy. Stefan said easy.
James, if you're talking about winning a show this year and going to the Olympia, then you for sure better
You're
be
gonna
able
have
to
to
beat
beat
Kai
Kai.
Green.
Yeah.
Well, let me do the Arnold quickly and then just show a couple of these old.
No,
boys.
you beat Kai, period.
Yeah.
Yeah, fucking course you do.
Do you know
All
what
right.
is? No, let me say something. Can I just say something about
Yeah.
as well me? I always hold someone's legacy with such high regard that I never really often would say.
Yeah,
If
but
someone's-
we
Yeah,
don't
but I
talk
would
about
say-
Kai 2013.
Yeah,
We
yeah.
talk
Like
about-
I'll do what I got to do. If I beat someone on stage, I beat them. But you'll probably never really hear it come out of my mouth if someone's won a massive show because I've just got to. It's like a respect thing for me.
Mm.
Like saying,
I
"Oh,
get
can
you.
you beat Branch or can you beat like Jay or somebody?" Like I just because I always look at that win they've had and I'm like, that's the kind of career that I want to leave with myself. And I always, even if they lost something after that show, I don't care. I only care about what they did do.
Right.
I don't know if you guys look at bodybuilders like that, but I've always felt that way.
I don't.
See, I do, man. It's like with
When
Branch, for example.
when I competed against Branch
Yeah.
in 2014, I
You
won.
probably like should have smoked this motherfucker.
Listen, I even said afterwards, I'm like, he's bigger than me, but I was in better condition. I should have beat him.
Okay, so that yeah. No, but I think that's fair. But I mean, but do you ever then look at him and not? You always value those two Arnold wins, if you know what I mean.
Okay, hold on a minute. There's no place in my mind where I think I even compare to Branch as a bodybuilder.
But during that time, yeah,
But
at that show,
during that time, he was like past his prime, and I was like, I think I can.
yeah,
And
for sure.
I think for that show especially, it was the Orlando Europa. I think he was it was like a last minute entry for him.
Yeah.
I don't think he was like prepping
Yeah,
for it.
yeah.
And I remember him being there and thinking he wasn't in his best shape. And I'm like, I think I
for
can.
sure. That's fair enough.
Oh, but
It's just
there's no doubt in my mind that he's a fucking Hall of Fame bodybuilder, and I'm nowhere near that level.
And would
So
you?
I don't want people to confuse those two things.
Well,
sir.
No, for sure.
again,
And, sorry, man, I was going to say if. Sorry, go on.
no,
I was just going to say, if your career ended in the same way, would you still feel content knowing that during your career you had like two? Because I feel like I would. I feel like I could. Some people are like, oh, your last show's like the one that determines blah blah blah. I feel like if you'd won fucking two Arnolds, man, if I fuck up a few shows after, I'm like, I fucking won two Arnolds, bro.
No, listen, can I tell you something?
Yeah, what's your?
And I'll only tell you this based on my own experience and what I think most people think after retirement.
Mhm.
That whole last show is the most important show thing. Is only important for the first year or two.
Yeah, and then it's like, fuck that. What's your legacy?
After you've like gotten out of the retirement phase and you're like fully retired and onto your next things in your life.
It's your peaks.
You look at the body of work and you're like, yeah, I'm pretty proud of that.
Hey, you got a couple of Arnold trophies on your fucking desk. It's like, come on.
James, I only
Yeah.
won two small shows.
But you still look at them and like,
and I'm proud of what I did. So I
for
can't,
sure.
I'm positive that if you pulled Branch or Dennis Wolf or any of these guys aside and said, hey man, they would be like, yeah, I didn't win the Olympia, but look what I fucking
Yeah, for
awesome.
sure.
You know what I
For
mean?
sure.
Like,
Sure.
how many people can say they won an Arnold or won a show?
Not many, man. Even like pro show, like you win a pro show or two, man. You've done fucking ace.
I just found a super cool picture from you when I Googled you.
Me?
Yeah.
It's obviously
Funny.
a really good one.
You know what I find
That'd be
funny?
good.
I post some throwbacks sometimes on my Instagram, and people from the podcast only know me from the podcast.
That's mad. I don't know those.
Oh, really?
Yeah, they have no idea I was. They're like, "Oh, I didn't realize you were big." I'm like,
Just gonna pee very quickly. Sorry, guys.
"It's like that's how I got my nickname."
It's from Hernia Center of Ohio.
Oh, that's an interesting photo. Why is that the one you picked?
It's so funny because you maybe you are still narcotized. You look completely stoned in the face, and
probably am.
and the guy who did the surgery seems to be your best friend, and you as a yeah.
I think I know the photo you're looking at. 1 second.
It's really cool. You know, the
That's
big
That's Dr. Grishkin.
He looks a little bit like Jim Mannion. In the first
is him.
view, I thought, why is Jim Mannion doing a surgery on you?
Look. This
Have you
one?
found it? Yeah, I love it.
Oh, he does like Jim Mannion a little bit. I can see it.
Me and Jim Mannion. That was after he did my surgery.
Yeah. He really looks a little bit like Jim, right?
He does.
Yeah,
He does.
yeah, he does.
That's fucking hilarious.
But why did you get it done in Ohio?
Because healthcare in Canada sucks, number one.
Okay.
Number two, Dr. Grishkin was the first one to start doing laser treatment hernia surgeries.
Uh-huh.
So I was the first one to see him. Then after I saw him, Rami saw him. Then Chris Bumstead saw him. Then
Phil also. I saw Phil.
Phil saw him as well. I saw him, and I was back in the gym in like 6 days from hernia surgery.
So you were very happy.
Oh yeah, he was like, I asked him after like 4 or 5 days, like, can I train? He's like, yeah, go do whatever you want. So and I was totally fine. My hernia never came back. I never had a problem with it.
What did it cost?
I think $6,000 or $7,000.
So fully okay.
Oh, it's totally worth it at the time because I was in the middle of my.
Yeah.
I didn't want to take because normal traditional hernia surgery
Takes a long time, doesn't it?
Yeah, it would have taken me 12 weeks to get back.
3 months of progress.
Yeah, so I didn't want to take 12 weeks out of my fucking training. So I was like, let me go see this guy, pay him the money, and get back in the gym as soon as I can.
Man, your generation.
It helped good.
Sorry?
It helped all the years. You still have no problems with it.
No, none at all. No, I had 2 hernias. I had an umbilical hernia, and I had one like 2 inches above it.
Uh-huh.
So he fixed both, and yeah, I was back in the gym in less than a week, and I fucking never had a problem since.
I will definitely keep that in my mind when people ask me.
I'm telling you, I think there are more people that are doing that style of surgery now. At that time, though, he was the only one doing it. So I drove. Cleveland's only, I think it was like a 5-hour trip from where I live. So I just drove there, and I fucking did it. Spent the night, and I drove back. Oh no, I didn't even spend the day. I think it was a day surgery, and I went with a friend. Dorian Hamilton went with me, and he drove me back home.
Come turn your face in, Yannicka.
Hi, Yannicka.
Hello.
Yeah,
where's the snooze? Where is the snooze?
There's no snooze.
Did I see?
Oh no, you've got. Yeah, she has got snooze, but it's the non-snooze. Come here quickly. Show the bump. Show the bump quickly. Come in. No.
Oh, there it is.
No,
oh,
come here. Don't be shy. Come here. Yeah, no, that's fine. Don't worry. Just come. Quickly.
Sit on my lap. Sit on my lap.
I want to see the belly.
They can see you next week.
Oh, okay. See it in person.
James, did you figure out a name yet? Did I ask you that?
No,
already?
I haven't figured out a name yet, man. Suggestions welcome. Don't do any weird ones in the chat.
I heard Fouad is popular and that's out of the world.
Fouad's popular apparently for a girl.
No.
For a girl? No, James. For a girl, you just add a Y. It's Fouadi.
You only said salt.
Sounds good.
Yeah, so you just call it Fouadi.
No, because the name needs to be pronounced in Norwegian as well as English.
Is that what you want?
Yeah.
What's a Norwegian? Ask her what a Norwegian name is. What's a Norwegian?
What's a good Norwegian name?
I would love.
Definitely not Norwegian.
Yannicke, you know what was also a discussion when we named Helena? The second option would have been Freya.
Yeah, I know that one's quite.
I
know, but she said no because she's typical. She's like that's very common in fucking Norway.
I love Freya. That's a great
You
name.
know.
So these are some Norwegian names: Astrid, for girls?
Astrid.
Astrid.
Ash's a little
No.
harsh, and it's a
Ada.
little hard.
Ada. Ada's from Resident Evil.
Ada.
Oh, I like this one, James. Dagmar.
Dagmar.
That's German. That's more German, I would say.
It says
Dag-
Norwegian. I'm reading it.
That
Look,
girl's gonna be
here, look,
thick
I'll
if
show-
she's
I'll show
called
you. I'll show-
Dagmar.
Look,
She's gonna hold an axe and
Dagmar.
Yeah, Dagmar.
Nora.
Dagmar comes from the Old Norse elements dagger, meaning day, and mar, meaning maid. She's a maid. Don't do that.
They
No,
made.
no,
They made.
no.
My favorite is Eifield.
Nora's nice. This one's nice.
Eifield.
outfit.
What one?
Eifield. Eifield is good.
I like Nora and I like
No.
Amelie.
This is like some names back in like
Wait, there's 15.
1810.
There's 15 more. Go. There's loads more. Agnes. Look at that.
Agate.
Agate.
I'm not gonna say anything.
I don't even know how to pronounce half of these.
Brigitte.
Brigitte.
Birgit.
Brigitte.
Birgit. My sister-in-law is called like that.
That's her sister.
Anya is a very nice. Anya is a very
Anya,
nice
he
name.
likes.
Enya was a
Anya is
band
good.
back in the. Enya was a band back in the 90s.
Batilda.
No.
Batilda.
Female
Female
warrior.
warrior.
This is
Female
the-
warrior.
Oh, what's this? What's this?
I really like that you
What's
get
number
that
12?
good advertising.
Whoa, yeah,
for-
number 12 is something else. That is.
Oh my
Let's say that
Go
god.
on,
I don't know.
Yannicka, how you, go on, give it a go.
Give it a
Don't
go,
do
buddy.
don't do Kindra. Kindra means shoe in Arabic.
I have
I mean,
never.
shoe in Arabic. So
Yeah.
Love,
Oh,
Like,
but
look-
No one's name
Valkyrie
is-
Hollingshead would be crazy cool.
What one?
Valkyrie
Wait, what did you
Hollingshead.
say?
That one.
That's the
Valkyrie
20.
Hollingshead.
That would be epic.
Which one?
Epic.
Valkyrie.
Valkyrie.
20.
Because they say different than name.
Valkyria.
Valkyrie.
Valkyrie.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
Yeah.
I like that too. I think we're all in agreement.
Look
Yeah.
at
That's one.
Okay.
number 15. Number 15 is my favorite. La Brenda.
The Brenda. So, like, that's a black Norwegian girl.
Brenda, they just put a lot of people.
Isn't it? That's a black
La
Norwegian girl.
Brenda.
La Brenda.
That's a
And
black
they've got a baby.
hilarious. I think we decided on Valkyrie. To tell
It's not a
Yannicka
Valkyrie, apparently.
he has no choice.
Okay.
Valkyrie's badass.
Been done now.
That's a wicked name.
That's hilarious.
Thank you for my food.
Okay,
Delicious.
let's go to the software. Oops, not that
Oh,
one.
you did. This is your programming skills, huh?
His second job.
This is my second job. I created this amazing website for people to have fun with.
Mm,
But we have we done all our predictions?
I think
Yes.
so.
Let's redo them. Stefan loves redoing them.
For sure, Fouad
just-
redid that 20 times.
Listen, just
You know,
When
after prejudging, he will sit there. I want to shift it. It's the.
Oh, we should be able to do halftime predictions. We should be able to do halftime
Halftime
predictions.
predictions.
just for the, can I make a quick note for people watching?
What?
The website is live. So anybody who wants to go sign up, go to realbodybuildingpodcast.com, sign up. There's a whole bunch of different membership packages, and there's a whole fuckload of people who've signed up already. It's going to be a lot of fun. So check it out. We're going to do it while we're here.
And you can see that Fouad is changing his predictions every 10 hours.
Yes.
Oh, and we'll be able to do Detroit soon as well.
All right. So predictions.
We've done it. All of us done it.
No, we haven't. I don't think Ben has. Oh no, Ben
Ben
did.
had.
Yeah, you're
Sure,
right,
Ben
Ben.
did.
One
We
second.
all did.
We did this twice.
We did?
Yeah. We've all
We're
run
up to
through it.
date.
James doesn't have 11 or 12 in, so put him in just so there's no anomalies when the scores come out.
Well, we have
We
to
just
take,
need
we
to.
have to take
yeah.
John out.
Yeah, just take it out.
So you want to leave that?
Oh, you fucking
I leave it.
no, no.
Why
That's not
did
10, no, because number 11 is going to be a minus number. You got to put the other guy in. Who's the other? Who just got
Yeah,
bumped? Yeah,
Justin.
you have to do that on everyone. Oh, you have to go in the back door and reprogram it so it just automatically takes out John De La Rosa.
James, what do you want to do here? Just move all these guys up?
Mhm.
You need to remove it. That's bad programming.
I know. I got to
Yeah,
gotta reprogram that. It won't let you add 2 people at once. That's
you
the
have
way.
to do it on everyone. Fuck, man.
Okay, who do
Why
you want?
doesn't he have 10 and 11?
Who do you want? Who do you want 10 and 11?
At this point, whoever, because I've got no opinion really. So yeah, whoever. That's cool.
Ben,
James, James, I'm not worried about anyone behind me, so fuck it.
I'm trying not to. Well, I don't know what I'm trying to do actually. Just trying to smash potatoes.
Okay. And then Ben.
Ben also.
John.
Do we know what show Johnny's going to do?
I'm hoping he jumps into fucking Detroit.
Mm.
No, he's not in prep. He didn't put. I don't
he's
know if
not-
I'm allowed to.
Not in prep.
I have actual information on this. He was on the. Fuck it, I'm going to tell it. I'm going to tell you. He didn't apply for. Apparently, he didn't apply for it. They put him in the show without really approving it, and then he was like, "I'm not in prep, so I'm not doing it."
Oh, so it wasn't even his
Like it was
fault.
a mistake.
Oh.
No, it was a mistake. He wasn't. He wasn't. No, he didn't back out. He was never doing it.
Yeah. I got you.
Yeah.
Okay. Do you guys want to? You guys don't know what the fantasy league is, eh? We don't want to do that, do we? You know what we should
Show
do?
it. I want to see it. I've not seen it.
I would like to do the fantasy league.
This
You
is
know how
the-
to pick your own guys, though, Stefan.
Can,
You know how to pick your own guys.
can I get a guest or blah blah blah
Yeah, can we
I
get
can-
free?
that I can play it?
Oh, we're at hosts.
I'm going to add you right now.
Oh, we're already in. Oh, we're already.
I-
we're already
I
hosts.
need- I need to
I don't
play
know.
it with my team. You know, I'm the most real guy because I really can put my team.
Okay, you got 15,000 points. Pick your team.
Yeah, Martin.
Martin,
I need my whole team. William,
William, where is he? William, there he is. William,
go down. Nathan,
This is cool.
Nathan,
James.
James,
I still have Sean. Yes.
Sean,
Brett.
Brett.
Is there any Mohammed?
No?
So what do I still have? I still have
Still have
4,200.
Regan
4,000.
600. Jesus.
Where's
Why is
Regan?
it-
Regan.
Regan.
Because
Is
the
there
score,
anything else?
the score,
Hey,
sorry,
sure.
really quickly. The scores are based on how much they've competed in the last 2 years.
Okay.
and
Yeah.
so that's why Regan's so cheap.
Is still one of mine coming?
We can look. I don't know. You have you have Sergio, don't you?
Yes.
Where is Sergio?
Blessing. Sergio.
Sergio. Sesson, Lewis, Robin Strand, Ronald
Fuck,
Gordon.
man. This is deep. This is thorough. Kuklo, hey, Kuklo's retired. He can't still be on there.
Was still in there in case people are stupid enough to pick him.
Yeah, good. Go down.
Carlos. Oh, that's Patrick. Sorry. Johan Perdel. This guy, I got big hopes for. You can get him for 200 bucks.
Yeah, he never was in he never was in shape. He's great, but he's more the guy who enjoys. Go down. What? Not that fast. I can't read that fast.
Well, you're the one saying it.
Down.
Florian's a good one.
Down.
No.
Wait. Down.
Have you got the whole league on here?
Ismail Radavan.
This guy.
Yes.
Okay.
Down.
You have 2,000 points left. That's it. That's
Yeah,
the last.
still. That's the last.
Yeah, that's the last
Okay.
guy.
Then go up all the way.
Okay.
Not
Who
only
is the most
2,000.
expensive? Who is the most expensive I can get?
You're right here. 2,200 points in depth.
Nick or
Nick's
Bruce.
1,500.
I can't pick Nick. That's not possible. Sorry.
Akeem is 2,200. Look at that.
Go down.
Beirut is a good shout too. Oh, good Vito's 800. Come on.
Let's take Gudvito.
Okay. 1,800 points to go. You're back.
I like.
Oh,
Let's take Andrea because he's a friend of mine.
And Krizo's on there too. Look at Krizo's cheap as chips.
As we say.
Go down. Anthony, I forgot Anthony. What the fuck?
Oh,
Anthony.
is that, you got him.
Anthony's
480
mine.
We went
480
past Andy quite quick though. That was
480
all your fault.
left. You're right here and down.
New Sutherland. Good shout.
So I have all of my athletes, and I have then I take, because he's also a friend, Christian Wolski.
Christian Wolski. Okay. That's 20. You have $20 left. You want one of these guys?
Yeah,
get
just give
little deals.
someone.
Okay, I'll give you
You
some.
got Miller, you got Surrey.
This is your team. I'm going to lock it in, okay?
Okay, it's nearly all my athletes, just Andrea, Vitaly.
This is
I'm
your
quite-
these are your guys. This is your team.
Yeah.
All right, let's see if your team wins at the end of the year.
Good team.
Ben, do you want to do it?
I'm going to
really
sit down.
cool.
I want to sit down and go through mine.
It's a handsome bunch.
I'm going to consider mine.
Okay. James, you probably don't have the bandwidth for it right now.
I'll do it later.
Okay. What was I going to say? Rate your physique. I want to do one of these since I got you guys on here.
Mhm.
So these guys have all submitted their physique photos.
Oh.
Okay, so we're
Wait,
just gonna.
who's front double? Wait, go down. There's someone had a great front double there. This Anton, go up. This
Yeah, I
Anton.
saw
Look
that.
at this Anton. Look at this kid. Fuck.
All right, so let's do this, guys. So
He's
this
from me. It's one of my guys. It's unfair.
okay.
Is he actually one of yours? Is he one? Really?
Yeah.
He's got a great that front double.
Johnny
caught my
Green.
eye right off the bat.
All right, we're
But
gonna
then let's do Anton.
Okay.
That front double. Listen, no, he's decent. This kid, go this guy. Great.
That's what I
go
thought.
that guy. Okay, we'll go this guy.
He's-
All right,
Yeah,
let me
I
put
like
manage.
him.
Let me put manage judges. 1 second. James, Ben,
This is awesome. I like this part. This is cool.
Stefan,
People can fucking.
Fouad. Done. Okay, here we are. Okay, these are our
Fucking hell, Jesus, this is good.
these are our tabs.
Nice.
In are that absolute numbers or
So we're rating-
connected
gonna-
to his status?
We're rating his pictures on these three standards. So muscularity, symmetry, and condition.
But absolute measurements.
What do you mean absolute measurements?
Yeah,
compared to
muscularity
Chris
compared to
Bumstead.
Ronnie Coleman or
Oh
to-
no, well, we have to do an amateur scale and a pro scale. So these are all amateurs. So we'll say on an amateur level, the best amateur you've
Okay.
ever seen. You know what I mean?
Or
That's-
based on his frame, like his muscularity for his frame, right? Just for him.
Well, listen, let's do this. Here, watch. If we go back, we can scroll up and we can see his stats. So he's 5'9", 187, men's classic. He's in prep and he's an amateur. So what we'll do is
He's it.
we'll rate him based on
his goal.
187 pound guys that are classic.
But we rate him concerning his goal, which probably is getting pro.
I'm assuming so if he's a competitor
Yeah.
that he wants to turn
Okay,
pro.
that's
He
what I
competed
would
in
do.
your show.
And he says these pictures are from my
Off-season.
prep and Fouad show in Oakville last summer. Also competed in light
Okay.
heavyweight bodybuilding. Currently now in an off season. Plan to compete in 2026.
Well, good
But
legs.
men's classic. Okay.
Okay, so this is. Let me see if I can blow this up a bit. 1 second.
Mhm.
Okay.
Oh, blur.
One's are good and waist is small.
Good legs, yeah.
Delts are
Yeah,
decent.
his back is the problem.
Let's
Mhm.
go to his back here.
Laps.
His back is the problem.
Isn't that often the way we're noticing?
So his definitely bottom.
Arms.
His legs are good. His arms need to match his legs more.
Arms and back need work. For sure.
You know what? Let's go through one at a time.
Yeah, okay.
Ben, why don't you start? What picture do you want to see?
Front double.
Okay.
Yeah,
What do you see? Positives and negatives.
nice X frame, good quads. Adductors are decent. Arms are lacking, lats are lacking.
Okay.
Forearms are really lacking.
Sorry.
You know, no, I'm good there. That's it. Good quads, good X frame.
Do you want
More
to
lats.
do you want to put your rating in, or you want to see another photo?
See a side one.
I can see all of them. That's good.
Okay.
Okay, go. Where's the criteria?
So here's your muscularity. What do you think he's muscularity out of 10?
6. I'm being
6.
too generous here.
Symmetry?
Symmetry's a little not good, like a 4, because
Upper lower, yeah.
body and Upper lower is way off.
I reckon he's training upper lower and doing more lower days than upper.
God damn.
Yeah, that's
Guys are hard.
probably
This is
upper
the
lower.
fucking, you guys, this is 4?
And then
God damn.
yeah, symmetry. Because
Yeah, it's just because the top.
you can't have legs that good and have symmetry high when your upper body is.
I know, but look at this. Look at this photo. You think that's a 4 on symmetry?
I'm
me,
looking at
it's a
all 4
7.
photos. I'm looking at all 4 photos.
Yeah.
And it's
Yeah,
individual.
this one's ruining his average for sure.
And then look at the side chest.
Yeah, but he's just making it shit. He thinks he can do it like that, like Chris, but he's over pulling his chest, and because he has no triceps, and he's over pulling it, he's making the triceps even smaller because the biceps actually is quite nice.
Right.
His biceps in the front double were actually
Okay,
more
Ben.
than his tricep.
6 and a 4. What about condition?
Go up. What? How far out was he there?
This he says he's in
All
prep.
right.
It doesn't say how long he's in
I
prep.
imagine he gets in good shape because I can see it.
I'm gonna say conditioning's an 8 if an 8.
Chris will do the prep.
I'm gonna say for his, I don't know what he's 187. What's the cutoff for 5'9"? Does anybody know?
I have no idea. Yeah, that
I'll look
American
I'll look it
stupid
up.
measurements.
Yeah.
I'm gonna give him like a
How tall is he? 5'9"?
Yeah.
I'm gonna give him
What's
like
that in real centimeters?
I'm 5'11", I'm 180. So two inches shorter than me.
Up to and including 194 pounds.
So that means muscularity. I'll give him like a 6 as well.
Yeah, because he's
So
got
I'm with
space.
you. I'm pretty much with you, Ben. Except I think 4 is a little low on the symmetry. Personally, I do think
I'm trying to.
I do think he's imbalanced, but I don't think it's like less than average. Like 5 is the average. This is definitely not less than average to me.
I think his legs are above average, and so therefore.
Ben, you're looking at it like this, isn't it? You're looking at it like the lower body's 6, the top half's 4, so he gets that 4-point disparity. It's like a, I don't know. That's like my head's thinking when I see 4.
James, just so people watching, like, so they understand, I'm looking at it like this pose symmetrically is like a fucking 8 or a 9.
It's not bad at all.
This pose is a 4 or 5.
Yeah.
So
listen, if you ask me,
average.
listen, if you ask me what his structure would score at, I would score it high.
Right.
But his symmetry, I'm scoring him low.
Okay, well, that's why we have more than one judge. Okay,
Yeah.
I'll say 6. James, where are you? Do you need to see more photos, or are you pretty good?
No, I think his muscularity is a 6, but I think his symmetry is a 5.
Okay.
And then conditioning at that point, obviously, it's about a 7. So,
Stefan,
please.
you want to see some photos again?
No, 5, 6.
5
6.
muscularity, 6 symmetry, and condition. What are we going to say? Just 7 or 8 because we don't know how far he is. 6.
Yeah, 6. Can I say some judges' feedback?
Yes, you can. That's what we're going to do next.
He's gonna be posing. He's gonna rip him apart for posing.
No, the first thing he needs to learn or he needs to do is he needs to take care that his back exercises are not just pulled out of the biceps, because the biceps is overdeveloped when it comes to the symmetry of biceps and back. So I suppose that he's not working the back, he's working the biceps. Second thing is he must really put more effort in all of the push movements, because chest, front delt, and triceps is kind of, I would say, off. Shoulders are not that bad because the side delt is bad. And that should fix the problems. It's not really more than that.
Okay. Anybody else want to leave a note? I'm okay. I think Stefan covered pretty much what I was thinking.
I haven't really got a note, but obviously I would be interested to know what his training split is, because I do see a lot of this kind of proportions lately, and it's often because they're hitting like legs as the same frequency, like they're doing legs, then like an upper, then a legs, then like an upper. But he might not be doing that. So, but if he is doing that, then I would definitely get a little bit more intricate into his training and focus on the weaker body parts.
Okay.
I would say,
but if that guy can keep that waist and puts on mass, he can be
crazy good.
Brilliant.
Yeah, that's why I said his structure's beautiful. Like, he wrote a really pretty structure.
Right.
I like it a lot. again, more so to James's point here, consider how much resources he's spending recovering from leg training, and how whether that's limiting his growth and bringing up lagging body parts. Because with legs like that, I suspect he fucking hammers them.
Yeah,
But
which you should.
when I see that pictures, I can get what James is meaning, but the point that his side delts are very, very good developed, you know, shows me that there is some balance in the way he does the things. But I think his back training is just not as it should be quality-wise, and that he has problems, especially with all the push exercises.
Where I got to talk to my developer. I don't know where they go after I rate them.
You know what you should do when they want to get rated? They should sign in everything they signed in. The second thing is they should get a rating concerning their next goal. So for example, being on stage, then it should be a different rating when it comes to condition between off-season and stage rating. When we, for example, rate condition, we rate the condition in comparison to stage ready.
Yeah, I got you.
And in off-season, we rate what is acceptable in off-season, for example.
This is actually really good that we're doing this live together, because a couple of reasons. One, it'll give people a chance to see that want to pay for the site and beyond the site, that what we're going to end up doing. And just for people's reference, it's not always going to be us. Sometimes it'll be me and Paul. Sometimes it'll be me, Paul, and Ian. Sometimes it'll be us. Sometimes it'll be live on the podcast. Sometimes it'll be in private. But that's how we'll do it. But I do think three things. One, there needs to be a page we can go to see people that we've rated. Two, the next goal needs to be added, like you said, so we know what they're trying to achieve. And three, it should give an average number. Like we all picked a number. It should give a rating out of 10. Like average.
Yeah.
Say this is a 6.8 or whatever the fuck it is, right? Okay. I got some work to do. I got some more programming to dial in.
I would like to.
It will last 10 minutes for you, and then you will click back.
In my spare time, I'll have another coffee and knock it out.
It'd be nice if in there like little intro, like at the top, it just said what his training currently is. Just even just a simple, this is my split.
Okay.
Because I find that very helpful.
I think you're right.
Because it does determine, because training is so responsible for how you look.
Well, because it'll help us with giving advice. Because for sure. I mean, we know not to tell them to train something too much or too little. And
not to like tell them to do something they're already doing it. Right. Oh, sorry.
The other thing I wanted to show people real quick before I get off of this is there's another.
Your YouTube channel?
What are you talking about? No, this website.
No, because everything is open there. Like at the homepage of my wife, it's all open.
Oh, it is? No.
It means your taskbar, because you like to keep the taskbar.
Yeah,
it's horrible.
You're that guy.
It's giving Stefan a nightmare.
He's like, that's just not pretty enough for me.
There's a rate your form section too, where people can plug in their lifts if they want to know. Like you plug a video in.
Oh, this is kind of like when we were looking at Brett's leg press, and he was really good at it.
And then we can rate.
It looks decent.
Yeah,
you've got to remember as well. Like if someone's earlier on in their training, they don't have the musculature of someone that's bigger. The range of motion never looks quite the same.
Right.
It looks very decent.
Yeah, so that someone would look at that who's maybe a little bit sure of themselves and be like, oh, he's not going deep, but active range, like you said, and muscularity determines how much you can move.
Well, the nice thing is we can see that he's been lifting for 5 years, so we know he has some experience.
Yeah.
Anyway,
he's quite tall. He's 6 foot tall.
Yeah, 6 foot. Yeah. The last section I want to show is just the consultation section, and I don't know if you guys, I didn't ask you yet, if you guys want to get involved. You can just fill out this calendar thing, and it puts in your dates of when you're available. And people can hire you for half an hour, or whatever they want to talk to you about.
Yeah, put me on.
There's no perverted shit though, no sex shit.
No wanking off on camera, guys.
Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it then.
Well, Ben's already got an OnlyFans, so he's good.
Oh,
Matt's running that, right? Apparently.
Yeah, Matt's running your OnlyFans. That's right.
I wish I was handsome enough and had a shaft big enough to do OnlyFans, but unfortunately, I'm not Ben. Unfortunately,
you think that matters?
Chef.
Well, that or angles. Ben probably knows some
Go
good
in
angles.
niche. There's
Ryan,
all
does
kinds
that
of tricks.
matter?
I'll teach you. I'll.
I know we refer to Ryan every time. Ryan, does that matter?
Ryan, when you kiss a man, does it matter?
Oh, he's gonna kill me. Ryan's got this. We got this running joke in here about Ryan, and he's not. He's very happily taken by a female. So let's not. You know, we don't want to
Rub him up the wrong way.
I don't want to piss him. I don't want to end up in human resources.
HR department's coming a word.
Okay. Let's do some questions before we go. Fuck, I didn't realize it's almost 2:00. Okay, we'll do some quick ones. Oh, what do we got here? What's your favorite piece, leg press? What's your favorite leg piece or machine for quads?
I really like the hammer strength horizontal leg press where the platform is connected and doing it in a sissy squat stance. So really
I know what you're saying.
focusing.
The hip press.
Hip press is it called.
I hate that one.
Why?
Horribly
That's what I
hard.
got.
It's hard.
I don't hate it because it doesn't work well. I hate getting in and out of it.
Yeah, because it doesn't have the
you
option.
just need to slip down.
That's why.
Yeah, like
That's why you need the one that I've got.
Why?
I've got the pendulum hip press.
Yeah,
Why
the
would
Rogers
you
one.
It starts out in front of you.
Ah,
and
it
you
starts out.
unrack
Yeah,
it.
Rogers one does that. Yeah, that's the good thing about
Look,
that
you
one.
get it, put it up, and you'll see it. Because
So you can start with a long knee. Yeah.
You start it extended, and then you push it away a little bit, like 2 inches, and then you pull the
Yeah, with the
stoppers
hammer
off,
one,
and then
the hammer one,
come
you
down.
have to start on the concentric, and if you're already fucking
And-
toast, it's like
Yeah, on the pendulum one I've got, you can move the back seat further in and out, and then it's also got safety pins as well. So if you really bottom out, you just stop it.
I smacked my shin on the hammer strength one time.
Like
Yeah,
this.
this thing. Yeah.
Yeah, these are decent.
Exactly the same. It's the same because Stefan, I like the hammer strength one too, but this one is like the upgrade.
But
The
is
ham-
the motion curve also that nice
Yeah,
as
it
with the hammer
swings
strength?
out.
Very,
Yeah.
very similar.
Yes.
Very similar.
Yeah. And I do the same thing where I put my toes right off the bottom of the foot plate. Yeah, it's perfect.
That I love most for quads.
I think I'm just going to say a hack squat, but I don't like the hack squats that are too.
Shallow?
They're like the Atlantis one for example.
Cybex.
It's like that. 30 degree and at 35.
Yeah, the Atlantis
Yeah.
one you can put like fucking 9 plates on it, and
Yeah,
it's
you
like
need,
Yeah,
you need a
the
Cybex.
The prequel one, you're like laying down on it as well.
yeah. I
The
like
Cybex OG is money.
The
like
Mark
the
1
one-
Cybex is good.
the hack squat in the Dorian Yates video.
The
That's
unique
a
one. Yeah, that's good.
Yeah,
One. That's the one I
this-
grew up using. I had the same
Fucking
one.
sheer. Yeah, I love that thing.
I had that exact same one at Kings.
It
and
feels good on the knees too. That fucking thing. I don't
Well,
know.
it's the weight's loaded behind you and by your hips. It's just under
It's
here.
underneath. Yeah.
So good.
Do you think a qualification round at the Olympia during prejudging only, finding your top 10 or 15 guys, girls, and then judging at the finals would make sense for all classes at the expo?
We've said that for a lot of classes, haven't we?
I personally don't think.
I would do it like we discussed it once. My perfect scenario would be the point system.
Yeah.
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 You know, I didn't know this. Lee the brother told me back in the day. He's like, do you know why they call it prejudging? He's like, back in the day, the judges used to go backstage and they would assess the physiques
Really?
first. Yeah, they would line them up
That's
and they
cool.
would assess them backstage, and that would be the prejudging. And then they'd go out on stage and then they would judge.
That's quite cool.
You know that I was an IFBB judge from 2005 until 2009.
Really?
And when there were classes which more than 15 people, the pre-judging at World Championship, but also Nationals looked like that they just had to do quarter turns, front and back double biceps.
Yeah.
That was the pre-judging.
Yeah.
And then they were gone. And just the 15 then who had the possibility to do all 7 poses.
You know what though, and that should tell people kind of what we talk about all the time on this podcast, which is the front and back double bicep are the ones that expose everything.
Mhm.
That's really
Yeah.
all you need. Like those quarter turns in the
Well-
front and back is all you need to really
Well,
assess.
that's why they do the first look. And I think the first look should be the whittling down process. You come out, you get a front relax, you get a side You turn
Yeah.
to the back, then
Yeah.
back, you get a front double, you get a side chest, back double, you're done.
But I think to make the sport cool, I think a point system, 15 people at the show, that's fucking it. You know?
For the Olympia, for every other show they should
Yeah,
do
yeah,
prejudging, but
yeah.
for that
Yeah.
should be the point. I see it completely like that.
If anyone no, how many times have you retired from competing before actually retiring? Fuck, man, I retired every single time I competed for like the last 5 years before I finally.
Every season you go into it, you're like, we'll see how this goes. It might be my last one.
You know what I would always think, James? I'd be like, what's the alternative? I'm gonna go work in construction somewhere.
Yeah, it's like,
I'm like, I'm sitting here complaining about having a diet and like having to like, get up in the morning or go tanning or whatever nonsense that we do. But I'm like, the alternative is like, I'm gonna go end up working on a fucking roof somewhere, roofing, and I'm like,
yeah, fuck that.
fuck that, man. So, plus, it always sucks when you're doing it. Like the
And then
last,
after you feel great.
and after you're so happy that you did it, like when you actually get to the stage and blah blah blah. So
Dude,
it's
as soon as you've done the show and then you get to have a meal with people you give a shit about afterwards, you're like, this is the best.
dude, it got to the
Yeah.
point where Summer would say to me, I'd say I'm retiring. This is the last one I'm doing, and she'd be like,
Sure, yeah.
she'd be like, talk to me after you have a pizza.
Yeah.
Once the show is done, you're gonna eat some pizza, and then we'll have a conversation. I'm
Yeah.
like, okay.
Yeah, Patrick said
And
to
I-
me,
and ice cream.
remember Patrick said to me, don't make any important decisions in a prep.
Never.
Never make
Never.
a decision in
Your
prep.
brain's not functioning.
Brain's fucking mush, mate. Like,
I want a pizza.
What'd you say?
I want a pizza.
Isn't that
But-
weird? I said
don't
it.
we all?
I want a pizza too.
What pizza would we have right now, though, if you
I
had
want
a choice?
pizza. Can we do pizza in
Salami.
Ohio next week?
What
Salami.
do you? Pizza party. They want to have a pizza party in my fucking office. now.
You know that I always get that fucking advertising in my spam from Mikey's Pizza in Ohio.
You know that
I
means-
get
you know that
every
means you're
day
fat,
a
right?
meal from them.
You know that means you're really fat. If your spam is food, because my
Yeah, you've been searching.
my spam is all porn. There's not.
Hey, we should do a pizza date next week in Ohio.
Yeah,
After
Mikey's
prejudge.
late night.
After
Yeah.
prejudging, we'll do.
I'm
Sorry,
100% in. I'm
Sorry,
100%.
James. You're not welcome.
You know,
Cheers, guys.
Mikey's
You are
late night
welcome.
class, join the free pizza party, get points, earn pizza face rewards. I can join today.
Fucking pizza's so good.
You know, it's next the hotel. It's the next restaurant on the hotel side. Mikey's late night pizza.
We're gonna go there. We're gonna go there and break down prejudging next year.
Let's move on, please. We'll get pizza for sure, wherever you want.
Yes, you might lose me. I might be gone tomorrow in town. See ya.
What and whom was the first bodybuilding merch you bought when you were kids? What was the first bodybuilding brand of clothing, straps, whatever?
Mordex.
What is it?
Mordex pants. Google it. You will for sure find it.
Dynabol, British Dragon.
Spell it.
Mordex.
Dynabol, British Dragon, Ben.
Yeah, British Dragon.
That was my first. No,
Dragon Farmer, wasn't it? Was it
British
Farmer?
Dragon. No, British Dragon.
Yeah, British Dragon. But then, yeah, okay.
What was
Oh,
my
that
first?
Mine was Metrics.
Mine was probably Propeptide, CMP.
I think I had creatine from
Mordex.
Metrics.
Mordex.
I asked you how to spell it.
Yeah.
Oh, we've
Yeah.
all had that. Yeah, we've all had it.
Oh, there
I had
you
exactly
go.
that one. Exactly.
Yeah, we had the
Totally
explosive
see where
fibers.
that- My first bodybuilding anything was a tub of ProLab protein.
Yeah, ProLab was in my gym when I was younger, and Twin Lab.
And it's so fucking stupid when I bought it. I'm like, I'm drinking my first protein shake. I'm like,
God.
I can
Okay,
feel it. I
when-
drank
when-
it and like I drank it like it was a pre-workout. I'm like, I can feel it. And I'm so-
Okay. But with that question, I didn't think about
Supplements.
supplements.
Oh, you're thinking about just clothing.
Yeah, clothing and straps.
I was
and
thinking
all that
anything,
stuff.
anything bodybuilding related.
Mine was Metrics creatine.
No, it was a company called Vitamin Express, and the protein was called Turbo Protein, and it was WPF isolate,
with creatine, and it was, I think, 1 kg. So
How is your memory that good?
Google it, turbo protein, for sure
don't
you'll
wanna
find it
Google.
because it's that good. Google turbo protein
He
because
really
it's
wants you to
epic.
see this, what this product is
You need to see turbo
from back in
protein.
the day.
What's it called? True protein? No,
Turbo.
Turbo.
turbo protein.
I'll be the interpreter.
Turbo.
Don't
Turbo.
W
Sound like Turinable. Turinable protein.
Turbo protein.
protein. Oh, you're taking steroids.
T-Bolt.
No, it's not. It's not there anymore.
No, it's not.
Mine was like
Not mine.
peptide CMP probably.
Wait a second. I have to answer.
Florian
This.
Yates
I
approved.
have to answer the question. The super chat is from Ansi Francois, and he says, "I didn't see any black guys submit a physique for judging. Are we
There's
allowed?
a reason for that, mate.
Oh, we're allowed. Because you win automatically.
Oh, black people out of it.
Get out of it. You're too good.
You know what's funny? You know why I'm laughing about that? Somebody fucking messaged me or messaged the company yesterday or the day before, and they said, "There's no black people in your advertising. Hostile's racist."
Bro, Samson.
Samson.
No, they didn't. Wait a minute. They didn't even say black people. They said people of color, and I'm like, the fucking owner's brown.
And you're
I'm
brown.
Chinese. Samson's black. Like, what the
Like-
fuck?
I don't.
Who's Italian?
Martin and Nick are the only white guys. I'm like, what the fuck are they talking about? But yes, Ansi Francois, to answer your question, we don't have any black people on this
Hey,
site.
all I'm going to say is
But they are welcome.
A black man with the Francois surname is not allowed to post a physique.
It's good genetics, you can see. Because
It
it's
looks like
Francois.
I can only see a little photo, but it looks like a good looking dude. I don't know. Be careful, man.
No, there you go, Ryan.
Ryan. Ryan.
10 out of 10 physique.
All right. You know what? Let's wrap it there. James, I know you're dieting, and I apologize.
That's all right. I'm just looking forward to my next meal. It's salmon and some fucking cauliflower rice.
You know how good that sounds though when you're dieting? Salmon's all fatty.
I do like salmon.
When you're fucking hungry, salmon is like the best.
Yeah, it's good.
Last question.
Pizza. When you're hungry, pizza is the best, actually.
Bread is best. Bread is best. Bread is best.
Bread is the best.
One more question before we go. This is for Stefan. Will you be at Fibo this year?
Yeah.
Yes, you will.
I'm at Fibo as well.
Hey.
I won't be at Fibo.
Why?
You're competing at Fibo, eh, James?
I am indeed.
Why are you not coming for it?
Let's go. Let's go, Fibo.
Why would I?
Come.
Are you-
Come.
Me and you can go. We'll go.
The competition will be nice.
I am going to Dubai. I am going to Dubai for the Dubai Pro. So let's do that.
My wife's gonna kill me if I. You know what?
Why? You're coming to my continent. We having good food in Köln. You
Are
are invited.
we gonna race? Will you take me racing?
Let me see if there's a kart track in Köln
Let's
around.
go. Oi, let's
If you
go.
take me racing, I'm 1000% there.
Right, it's an easy
I
sell.
got April pretty clear to travel. Let's go. Let's go.
Yeah, there are kart tracks. The
Done.
kart
Is there a
center
bike?
Cologne.
Is there a bike track?
I'll do either.
Yeah.
I'll do either. I still love racing cars.
Let's take.
You know, from Köln, the Nürburgring is about 1.5 hours drive, and
Really?
Hockenheim is about 2 hours drive.
How far is the Autobahn from you?
It's all the
No,
other.
that's not me. That's Köln, where the Fibo is.
Oh, that's right.
From where I live.
Oh, from where
we
Fibo
have-
is, the Autobahn's close.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's happy now. I think you should just do it.
Bring your
Only live-
McLaren.
Only live once.
You have to bring your McLaren and let me drive it on the Autobahn.
I could organize probably another one, but not mine.
You know what? Maybe now that sounds like a really fun time. My wife's
Yeah, we'll eat some.
my wife's gonna
We'll
fucking.
eat, hey, we'll eat some bratwurst and we'll send pictures to Ryan. It'll be amazing.
And I have motorcycle trips lined up all year, and my wife.
No, it's about culture. It's about Europe, about learning, about history, seeing our roots, understanding everything,
Yes.
All right, I'll talk to her. We'll make it happen. Okay, boys. Have a good week, James. I'll see you next week. All three of you, I'll see you next week.
When do you coming? When do the hostile guys
When-
coming?
Hostile's not, I'll be there on Wednesday.
I'm there Tuesday.
Just Wednesday.
Wednesday.
Onwards. Wednesday onwards.
Wednesday till Monday. When are you going, Stefan?
I come Monday, I leave Tuesday.
So you're there for 8
A
days.
week and a day, yeah.
Yeah, okay.
I'm Tuesday. I'm Tuesday to Monday.
I'll see you in
So-
bed on Wednesday then.
Yeah, Ben, right when you are there.
Okay.
Well,
I'm there Monday as well.
Okay, boys. I'll check in with all
Can't
of you.
wait.
Hope you guys have a good weekend. James,
Thank you, boys.
man. We're looking forward to next week.
Thank you so much, guys.
Bye.
Thank you,